Hello everyone, and welcome to the City Crit. I am the Dungeon Master Harna, and joining me is my usual rigmarole of players. Let's start off with
You timed that too well, Harry.
what too well?
You counted down and my headphone went, nope, we run out of battery.
Well, let's start off with the person who would be least likely to appear in a superhero like scenario, like so either when they maybe see a superhero in action or be one or whatever, then we'll work our way up from there. And it's completely fictional because superheroes aren't real.
They could be.
I see. I was about to say I could see each one of you in some sort of scenario.
I'm gonna go first because I don't leave the house that often at the moment.
We'll just flies past your window. You're like, huh.
I play Bearstark with the Sato Rogue Fighter, and I'll pass it on to the next person.
Knowing my luck, I would never, even if superheroes were a thing, I would always be in the wrong place to never encounter them.
Yeah. No.
So
you take like a single day trip to
then.
another city, and like the entire city will be like destroyed when you come back. Like, what happened?
Massive invasion by heroes on that day.
The moment I step on a train is when the villain attacks, and I just leave the station, and then the superhero arrives, and I'm like, fuck, I completely missed. What's going? No.
You're like pressed to the glass. Like,
Hello, I am Ryan. I play Cyrus Revenmar, the Aesmar Barbarian.
I feel like I'm the one who get their car smashed on the way into work. But hi, I'm Mary. I play Astra, the Aesmar Cleric, and I'll pass it on to the next.
I seriously don't think I'm the most lucky, so I'm Will. I'll get the Jericho Ranger and I'll pass on.
Will would either be meeting like multiple superheroes as he drives around the country, or just missing them each time.
Yeah, true.
Hi, I'm George. I also don't leave the house that much, but I do have a weird knack for accidentally finding celebrities. So, I play Atlas Moreau, the Owlin Druid.
You already said that you were Atlas Moreau.
I am Atlas Moreau. Seriously, when I was a little kid, I got separated from my mom, and she was like, if you ever get separated, just find like a woman and her kid and like ask them to help you. So I did, and it was Dawn French. Which I didn't know because I was a child. But my mom was like, oh shit, my child's missing. And then Dawn French showed up like, here's your child.
Like an acid trip. Alrighty.
Still had you no crime.
Yeah, I don't know why. She's freaking the fuck out, but she doesn't need to go potty or anything, so I'm just gonna let her fucking work it out,
Work through her emotions.
Yeah.
Cry it out.
You're at that stage of having a kid.
Yeah.
I'd be like, fuck it can cry now.
Yeah, we can cry. We'll just
She
let her
can
cry.
work out her own problems.
I'm gonna take a leaf from my dad's parenting book, which was whenever I was crying in my bedroom, he apparently one time just took a bed sheet, made it into a rope, and then tied it to my door handle in the banister, so I couldn't open my door.
That's dangerous.
But
You
yeah,
hate it when you were a little kid and your parents were like, stop crying or I'll give you something to cry about. And it's like, I already have something to cry about. That's why I am crying.
who was remind us what happened last time? Not much, but a few little bits and pieces.
Drugs.
Drugs, yes.
Drugs and
alcohol.
nightclubs and spas. We took a little respite. We've had a stressful time,
Bit of R&R for the crew.
We were like, let's go trade with these miners. Minors, not like children.
Let's do drugs with minors.
Let's do drugs with minors.
I should rename the episode title of the last session to Drugs with Minors.
We're getting successful on Twitch, so it's time to start doing drugs with minors. Some of us went to a spa, had a little happy ending at the spa. Not with minors. That's illegal.
Stop mentioning the minors, and everything will be okay.
No.
Just waiting for the notifications, Harry. And we're offline.
And
We
we're
got cancelled.
banned. So some of us went to a spa and had a little nice time there. Some of us went to a nightclub, had a little nice time there. The spa folk then went back to their shuttle nice and refreshed. The nightclub folk lost days in a maze. One of us tried to do racist stand-up.
Stand-up is pure... Comedy is subjective,
But it's okay, because we found days. We found our way through the maze, kind of. And we got back in one piece, all of us in one piece.
Okay, you're back
And
aboard.
we forgot to trade also.
You're a bit busy doing the trade. So
And now
you're
we're not
planning
sure
on
if we
maybe
can
going
even go
back.
back and trade because Cyrus isn't allowed back.
Yeah,
He's
Cyrus would
allowed
have to
Yeah.
remain on the ship potentially because he did piss off a
the miners.
some kind of miners
Everyone.
guild or something.
Which is pretty much everyone.
Yeah.
No,
Also, we
no
were like,
ifs, no
Volgear
buts.
want to do some mining, and he was like, fuck no. And we were like, this guy's not a very
But
good
you're a-
dwarf.
But you're a dwarf. That's racism.
And we're back on cue.
Yeah, but
I'm
you're
just having
on.
a wee
You're currently on like a little mining station.
It's
like,
okay, because
in
we
the
stick
belt,
to
so-
fantasy racism, you know? We don't go into real world racism.
Yeah, because that's not
not
cool.
okay.
Not cool. It's never cool.
Racism's not cool. This message is brought to you by Ready Steady Crew. That's our official standing on racism.
Not cool.
It's not
It's
cool.
not cool.
Not cool.
That could be your
Dare to not do racism.
that can be your next t-shirt design. Racism's not cool.
That sounds like a fucking like boys don't cry kind of fucking thing. Like a charity like thing. But yeah, so you
You know
guys are
what
still
is
looking for the
cool?
Chimera?
D&D. Let's play.
But yeah, the Chimera is currently still
Floating.
docked.
I was a little worried though. You're like racism's not cool. You're like, you know what is cool? And I was so expecting like sexism. Fuck women.
They've had it too good. My favorite bit is the fucking that tagline at the advert we saw today, and it was like,
Oh, yeah.
like
They were like,
we're helping people, including women
Yeah, and women. And it's like, yes, people
and women, different things.
As we all know, women are not people.
A small part of me is a little bit sad that I didn't say that, just because it would have been really funny. But Mary would have come in here and smacked me. Which
I was about to say I'm gonna turn, look at a different screen in a minute,
It's
and
a-
Mary's
it's a-
just gonna not be there.
It's
and then
okay,
suddenly we're
Ryan,
gonna see a red
um,
flash behind you.
I'm like woman adjacent. I give you sexism pass. You're allowed to be sexist.
I don't know if women
You
are
have a
adjacent.
woman friend. Or
The problem
woman
is,
woman
you being
adjacent
adjacent-
friend.
Nice.
You're so
Some of my
far
best friends
adjacent,
are
George, that you can't get in the way of Mary on a mission into the next room.
Look, I didn't say
That's
that
fine,
he
I'll
can
just get
be.
quite the straight
I didn't say
scrap.
he couldn't be sexist without punishment. Like sometimes you have consequences to your actions.
The
I
concept
said
No,
he's
my
allowed to
my
be
consequences don't count.
sexist.
my consequences don't count.
Maybe that should be the new thing. It's like, you know, you're
say
allowed to
anything.
say shitty things like freedom of speech, but I'm allowed to punch you in the mouth if I don't like the things.
I mean, that's fair.
Ryan, just don't forget that between you and Mary, there's a guitar that can be
There's
used.
also
Very
Mary.
good at swinging.
So what
Do you
you're
think
saying is
Mary needs a guitar.
Mary will disappear and then
No,
we'll
I
hear
just
a
think it
comical
looks funny.
thwang noise as Ryan drops unconscious.
and then like a dun-dun-dun. But yeah, so
Perfectly plays a little strum.
Our guitars are
Back
at the
to
top of the
D&D.
stairs, and when the dogs wag their tail, they strum the guitars and then turn around really fast like, what was that?
back to D&D.
Back to D&D.
You're currently aboard the Chimera. Are you planning on doing trading here before you go, or are you just gonna set off, or just you got a little bit of time to kill? You only spend like a good like 6-7 hours, like, you know.
Yeah, we can do.
Did we not trade because we bought the planet?
Oh, you might have
range
already gone
together?
back.
Oh,
yeah, you already went
we
back.
doubled back.
Yeah, we
Sans
doubled
the
back.
races.
Yes, because
bought
you got a
stuff, but do we
new
wanna-
scanner installed on the ship. So the
Yes.
Chimera now has a
Yeah,
planet-sized.
Yeah, we can now
picked up,
scan planets and shit.
We picked up like maybe 300,000 worth of regen gel, and sold it for like a decent amount, and then that allowed us to get the planet range scanner.
We can always go buy something with what's left. Or is that on here? Did we do that on here? We sold on
we were
here.
not restricted to one trade, or is that was that just for the?
You're just for the sake of balance, I would say it's like one trade per sector. Because like, you know, that's assuming you're like, you know, it's like fucking trying to sell something in a place you just bought it. Like, you know, it's not gonna people could just buy it from the original vendor. You know, they're
Yeah,
like,
but then that means the only thing we've just sold the regen gel.
yeah, you could buy something else here
So-
before you go.
We just can't sell it. We
Yeah.
sell it in the next place.
Well, the thing is, if you think about it this way, like if you go to an established trading area and there's someone selling like medical supplies, and then you buy them, and then you try to sell those medical supplies at an upmarket price to make money,
They're like,
no one's
"I'll
gonna
just buy
fucking
them
buy
from
from
the
you.
medical
They're just gonna
guy."
buy it from the wholesale medical guy that they know is you know, like. Also,
Do you
if I
wanna-
didn't, you guys would just fucking generate money infinitely.
Yeah.
Basically.
Cash
so
generator.
We
Head style.
we currently don't have any stock, so we need to buy.
No. Yes.
Stock.
And then sell on the next one.
Yes.
Yeah, we could just say you did that whenever you're in the marketplace if you want. If you want to do a quick little roll, you've all the shit to
Do
do
you wanna-
anyway.
Do you want to roll the D8 and the
Well-
D10 this time?
Oh, I can't do.
So you
What
pick up
was
that.
the roll?
I've got the list up, so if you just tell me what you get, I'll
Was that D10?
D8 first.
And you do an investigation check as well to see how much, how good a deal you can get.
Oh yes, we need. Yeah, are we just doing 250? I'm assuming.
Yeah, I can do 250. Unless you want to do 300.
Well, that leaves us with 70. So I think 70 is a good number to have as a backup.
Just put it in a crate.
And then that's a 10.
At most, atmosphere processing.
Okay, cool. You want to roll your. Because we've not. You would not be able to. Because we've technically sold here already, so.
Yes, we're just buying.
Yeah.
So you just straight roll.
Yeah, flat roll.
What? Yeah, but you were selling without the D4. So, yeah,
I
yeah.
sell,
so
I
it's a
sell,
flat roll.
I
Yeah,
sell,
yeah.
I
still
sell
get
without the
D4.
D4 anyway because I want to sell back at the.
He always
the
sells
24%.
privately, yeah.
Yeah,
So
we
you
always
just
try
roll
and do
an
that.
investigation check and add your D4 to see if you get any bonuses. Because you know the benefit of the D4 is if you sell to
Oh,
people
that's a shit.
with the D4, you might get like a much better trade, like someone at the wholesale might do it. But obviously,
That's
there's
not
obviously a
bad.
natural knock-on. 14?
14.
Pretty average. I think that's 100, but that's flat roll. And that's
Yeah,
flat.
it's literally 100%.
Yeah, it's it's not overpriced.
You get a 20%.
So technically, we're buying it for 75% of the value.
Yeah.
So that's what we're putting. I mean, that's not bad.
I mean, it's always good. I might change that 25%. It's a bit fucking OP. I might make it like 10.
Yeah, I was about to say
Might
it
change
is
to 10.
relatively okay.
I think 10 is more viable. With the D4 as well, I think 10 is fine. Let's change it to 10 going forward.
Yeah, that's
You
fine.
can have the 25% this time. No, it's like whenever someone finds like an infinite money glitch in the game and they patch it out, you know.
Yeah.
And then we'll see how that affects your generation before I tweak any of your numbers. Because, you know, for some reason, instead of, you know, using set rules that exist in 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons, I just made my own game. At this point, it's barely D&D, to be honest.
Making it up as we go along.
There is something. There is
I
a.
can compile this all in a fucking book and do it like a 5e add-on. Like, honestly, it's getting there.
There is something cool. Can't remember what it is because one of the guys I played with in secondary school found it. That's literally you create your full game from scratch, like that.
Basically what I'm doing. I mean, we use
Yeah, exactly.
core D&D because it's fun. We like it.
And also, I can't be asked to learn another full rule set. I haven't even learned this one yet.
I mean, there's a new rule set coming out in like a month.
And I won't learn it.
I'm buying it.
One D&D.
It looks.
Yeah, I'll buy it.
It to
16.
be honest, as a player, it looks better. I'll be honest. Everything looks cooler. It looks like they just were like, how do you make this more fun?
Fun on
Yeah, like
everything.
how do you make this more fun? More bonus actions, like more, you know, it does more fun. I don't think it's
They
gonna
are
fucking.
screwing paladins though.
Pals are OP.
No more infinite Smites.
You're saying it yourself. No more infinite smites.
Snipes.
Snipes. Yeah, but the fun of extra attack, smite, other attack, smite.
It did get a bit ridiculous. Like, remember Kaz just being like, and I hit him, and I hit him, and I hit him, and I hit him. And then it would come to me, it's like, I cast this spell. I'm done.
It's the same as like a rogue sneak attack though. Like it only can happen once a turn. Like it's not.
Yeah.
It's not that. It actually probably makes it better for you because it's more reason for paladins to use their spell slots for like fucking spells.
It also means that other classes can access Divine Smite because it's now a first level spell. Yeah. So if a wizard learns it and then just like bonks someone,
well, it might. I guess we'll find out what class list it's on. Like
I still want to create a wizard.
Come into effect.
I still want to create a wizard who's really strong, and when he runs out of spell slots, he just like rips off his big wizard sleeves, revealing himself to have like absolutely huge guns, and he just starts punching people in the face.
I'm going to say, is this all going to come into effect now that I've just made a paladin?
Oh, wizard.
I don't know.
I mean, we'll talk about it.
Our ship is very heavy.
Yeah, your ship is pretty fucking bloated as fuck.
We got 600 kgs remaining of our storage. Hence why the two. I said the 250.
Yeah. So you guys are.
Wait. No, sorry, I took.
We eat too much.
You guys are all, like you come back to Chimera after your trading. The trade goods, the atmospheric processors all get delivered to yourselves. But yeah, I mean, is there anything you want to do before you take off? You obviously have a few NPCs. Atlas's family is still here, Santa's here. Daze is recovering from her hangover.
Daze is not here. Daze is here in body but not spirit.
I think if anyone went up to Daze's room, they would just hear the shower running. That's it.
Constantly.
Yeah, it was there when you guys left for the market. You come back and it's still on.
She's the level of hungover where you just sit on the shower floor and think about your life decisions.
Or, if it's worse, you sit on the shower floor and refuse to think about your life's decisions.
Blankly stare at the wall and just
Just have the water trickling down your face, staring into the abyss.
Sunshine's in the oh no, I think Sunshine was having his deep clean today actually.
He was, yes.
Sunshine's also currently MIA.
If you go to his room, you don't hear the shower running disturbingly.
Sunshine sleeps in the canteen.
Exactly.
He doesn't have a room.
He bunks with Daze sometimes, though.
Yeah, on occasion. I think he borrowed Daze's room for his deep clean. But maybe he's been kicked out after the fact.
Well,
just see him outside the doors.
He's not really bothering her as long as they keep the door closed.
Yeah. Yeah, so you're back on the ship if you want to talk to anybody, or you want to just get ready to set sail.
I think I'm ready to set sail whenever people are.
Thinks Cyrus is just waiting to set sail.
Okay, yeah, you guys give it a bit longer for your engines to fully recharge. You take off, and you get away from the Prosperitus belt, the Protector's belt, sorry, just to get yourself at a distance. Plot your course for the Bulwark sector, and initiate your star shift. Again, you're kind of out with that sensation, you're getting more and more used to now this jump. And after about an hour of traveling at very high speed, you eventually slow down in the Bulwark sector. It's a heavily industrialized and fortified region, kind of serving as a support and supply hub for the front line in the frontier sector, which is the one after this one. There is numerous shipyards, a lot of resource extraction going on here, a lot of logistics centers. There's also, for the first time in a while, you see a fairly large amount of civilian facilities as well as military facilities. Probably because there's a lot of work going, on the labor-intensive kind of things. The star Solara is this big yellow star, kind of not too dissimilar to the sun, but less of that orange hue, more yellow and bright, almost like a straw color. And points of interest that pop up to you, there's a planet called Ironhold, which has a big mining operations there. There is Foundry Station, which orbits Ironhold, which is like a big orbital shipyard and manufacturing hub where they actually repair TEVs and military equipment is like constructed and repaired there as well. And there's also Fort Vigilance, which is a like a big military like space station basically. It's like, sort of like a command center, like staging ground as well. There is, as well, over Ironhold, a galactic trade nexus as well. Kind of similar to the ones you've seen before. This one is kind of like big, like it's almost like a big cross shape, but like ships kind of all dock alongside it. In that one as well. As you kind of like, take it all in and like give a quick scan, you see on your scanner a amalgamate cruiser, which whenever your scanner picks it up, reads out as it's read as like the amalgamate ship Omphalos' Eye, and you see it is kind of roughly coming in your general direction. And it's a cruiser. It's fucking huge. Like I think cruiser is like one of the biggest classes of ship. It's like rivals some of these fucking space stations in size.
Let's hope the Omphalos' Eye didn't see anything that we did on the Omphalos.
Hopefully.
Everybody act chill. Everybody flush their drugs down the
Mr. Barry.
toilet.
You might want to get ready.
I will get ready expecting a hail.
Yeah, you see the heel come up from this massive vessel, and the Omphalos' Eye, like to give you a comparison, your ship with the wings is like 100 foot wide, and like, maybe about like 60 odd foot, like nose to tail. This cruiser, at a quick glance, it must be nearly 5,000 foot long, like a couple of thousand across. You see, it's got this big, like it's a cruiser in the sense of its size class. It's not like a like a cruiser you would see on the water. It's not like a flat. It's not got like a flat top for planes to land, but it does have like hundreds of hangar bays all along it. Like it could probably hold a fucking fleet of chimeras inside it, and like deploy. There must be hundreds, if not thousands, of crew aboard that ship.
Are you cool?
Before Mr. Barry answers the thing, I'm gonna like turn around and make sure anyone who shouldn't be in view is in view, and then usher them out the door if they're there, and then
you see, kind of like looking at it, it appears to be a human ship, kind of similar in style to the Chimera. It's got like lots of like long kind of like metallic design, and it has the top and the bottom. It has these like almost like large arch. They kind of look like hangers, like a big like a cylindrical top on each side. But it looks like they can be retracted to allow larger vessels to land on the ship, as well as smaller ships that can also dock as well. And it has batteries of arcane turrets on each side. You're talking probably about 8 arcane turrets that are like functional at one time, depending on the direction of the contact that they're dealing with. Like where you focus fire down. Yeah, it's a pretty big boy. As you see the heel come up, Barosh, you answer, and you hear a voice which is kind of strange to be healed because it's a Thrycreen healing you, and they rely on their telepathy. So whenever they speak in chitters and clicks, and your console receives almost like closed caption subtitles, which don't always get it correct. They're not quite perfect, and like
But
you see, they like
we all know sub better than dub, so
Yeah.
you know.
they kind of like, you see like it says like, greetings, travelers. Are you lost? Question mark. And it goes like, then you see like the line deletes itself, and it goes like, are you looking for something? And like kind of like corrects itself as it goes along. But you hear like like all just kind of like, from the actual thing clicking itself. And it looks like the computer is trying to basically analyze what's being said and give you a understandable conversation.
Right. Just for my understanding, it's not illegal for trade vessels to be traveling through kind of these sectors.
Not at all. In fact, like you kind of heard from previous people, the Amalgamate don't recognize what's happening in Draconid space as an actual war. It's like no war has officially been declared, but Draconid ships are attacking amalgamate vessels.
There is no
It's a cold
Draconid
war.
space.
It's a cold war.
But it's the conflict's been ramping up, so like they're getting
or at least
ready.
the Cold
for
War
all
on
out
one
but,
side.
but yeah, the
One
amalgamate,
side like we're not at war, and the other side is like
yeah, but the amalgamate are like
to the
attacking.
enemy.
And you see this individual introduce themselves and says like, I am Admiral Gleekskin.
It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Admiral. I'm Barry Lightshoe of the Chimera. We're a trade vessel making our way through to the outer regions, transporting atmosphere processes.
Lovely. And your intended travel, are you heading to the frontier sector or beyond?
That would be beyond.
Noted. Just a reminder that the frontier section is acting as a front line at the moment. Draconid incursions are possible and do occur, so I would recommend you only proceed if you are kitted and able to defend oneself. If you need extra hands or anything like that, you can always stop by at the trade nexus and see if anyone is willing to offer their services if you need extra assistance in that regard. Escorts and that sort of matter. We cannot guarantee your safety, the Amalgamate cannot guarantee your safety in the frontier sector or beyond, obviously.
That is completely understandable.
I also notice a quick scan of your ship. You are housing one amalgamate vessel yourself, the Cottontail.
That is correct.
Registered to one Lieutenant Hopkins. I recall hearing her father was involved in a battle at Nexus Station back in the Imperial Nexus sector. Have you been in contact with Admiral Hopkins at all after that? Has Lieutenant Hopkins mentioned him at all?
Nope, not at all. From what we've discussed, we are simply giving her a lift.
Noted. Well, if you would like to pass on a message, Admiral Hopkins is a good friend of mine. He is recovering at the Omphalos in the medical base at the moment. If I'm sure Lieutenant Hopkins would be glad to hear this news.
I'm sure that is news that will be much appreciated.
That is all from myself. Unless there's anything else I can do to assist you at all. Do you need any directions anywhere? If you're looking for somewhere safe to dock, I notice your ship is a registered trade vessel. Look like the trade nexus is probably the best place for you. But if you are looking for somewhere to spend the evening, you could potentially head down to Ironhold Mining Complex. You also, if needed, Fort Vigilance is a military station, but we can offer some beds and rest if you require off your ship. However, you may be better simply idling here.
I appreciate the information. We're in no rush, so we'll probably head to the trade nexus and then maybe the Ironhold complex.
Lovely. Well, I wish you luck, Chimera, and be safe, be vigilant. And then the hail terminates from Admiral Gleekskin.
Right, somebody better tell the rabbit that dear old dad is alive and well. I mean, I can do it, but
I'll do it. I'm the
Any
one who teased her about
volunteers?
him being dead the first time, so kind of makes me seem a little better if I reveal that that's not true. Right? That's how that works.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably for the best.
that works. As long as we don't send Astra, that's probably the best.
Yeah, we wouldn't want Diaz falling in love with her more.
Can't send that heartbreaker to give news.
Right, we'll be heading to the trade nexus. We'll be selling these off, and then we'll go down to Ironhold to find drinks, food.
Nice, yeah, you
Sounds good.
head towards the Galaxy Trade Nexus, and yeah, kind of something everyone's kind of bustling station here. It has like a big central docking area. This one for like freighters and transport ships, but you're kind of allocated a more distant docking bay just because the size of your vessel. There's also like these big, like large, like huge storage bays that appear to be able to detach fully from the station and can be like carried along by like much larger ships as well. Kind of like mobile storage containers that like almost are like a quarter of the fucking Nexus itself in size. And yeah, the market district itself is pretty prominent. Kind of like, you know, you're kind of similar to it. It is almost like that little where you kind of dock it is that kind of like similar to before, that almost like car boot seal kind of style, like people selling their flogging their wares, and then, you know, as you get closer and closer, there's more like actual established, like, you know, people who trade here often have like a dedicated like shop, and, you know.
Okay.
But yeah, you
Not
wanna...
a good carpet seal.
Yeah, I'm sure Volga will gear up to come with me to sell the stock. While Atlas gives the news to the bunny.
By the
She
time
has
you...
a name, Barros. It's Days.
You
She doesn't use
racist
our
fuck!
names.
Racism
What was
isn't
the-
cool. We've established.
What was the last area called?
Where you just
The last
left?
sector? Yeah.
That was the Jemayak sector.
I think the only person's name she uses is Astra's.
You started
So I'm
using
just-
names more.
Devil
Me
boy.
too,
Well, you are a devil.
is there like a
boy.
map with every sector on it?
Yep.
And I am a boy.
Well, devil.
It's all in the world, Anvil.
I mean, it's better than her calling you like devil girl.
Harry, get the t-shirt made. Just... It's on the world.
Just get a
Anvil.
sticker. Like,
I
next
know,
Wednesday
I'm on the
Crypt
world,
Pages.
Amber.
I
There
can
we
make
go.
you a sticker in like fucking 5 minutes. Not right now. I'm busy. Playing D&D. But
Get
yeah,
you
let's
a
go
sign, a 3D printed sign that you can just...
Fold it up.
Like Wile E. Coyote. But you go up to Daisy's room?
Yep.
Yep, by the time you get there, the sound of the shower running has probably stopped. Do you knock? Do you just barge in? Do you...
I knock. I have manners.
Yep, you knock.
Sometimes.
You hear the sound of the door opening from the inside. You see Daze is in like a
Her
bathrobe
parents
that
are
you don't
around.
know.
She's had to start relearning the manners.
You're not like, you see Daze like in a bathrobe that you're not sure where it's kind of come from. You don't think she had it before. Maybe she bought it like at a
Or
recent
stole it from a
station.
hotel room. That's how everyone gets their bathrobes.
Your pass is pretty high. She's got like a little like a chain or something like that, like hanging out of one of the pockets that she clearly probably just put away. Like you see, it's like just kind of like hanging there. It's not like fully secure. Probably like something at the end of it, maybe. Maybe like dog tags. You think, maybe like at a first glance, you know, kind of like being Days. And she like, you know, looks at you and her like, you know, fur is all wet. She's only recently probably come out of the shower, and she's like rubbing at like her temples, like, yes,
How's the hangover?
Dad, what do you want?
I have good news.
Yeah, is it a cure for a hangover? That would be great.
Oh.
Okay. The instant sobering up was nice. The instant hangover that came with it was not so.
Yeah, that happens. Your dad's okay.
Heck for days. Sure, Atlas is a bit of a knob.
She inciting me right now?
Yeah.
Yep.
Try checking you. Well, how do you find that out?
There was a hail from an amalgamate ship. There was a bug, Colonel, Lieutenant. I don't know how the different power rankings go, and I forget them the second they say them.
He was an
Apparently,
admiral.
there you go. Apparently,
Cyrus, when did you get here? Like he's like closes up her, pulls her like dressing on a bit tighter.
He's just walking down the hallway. Admiral just keeps walking.
Stop looking at me, you pervert.
Master falls behind.
Anyways,
She's telling the
apparently
truth.
he's friends. I
I
thought I was giving the news.
I'm not giving any news.
Anyway, apparently he's friends with your dad, and your dad was in a battle, and now he's back on the Omphalos in the medical ward recovering.
Oh, that's. Oh, wow. It's a big relief. I'm glad to hear. I should try to. I've tried to contact him a couple of times. He wasn't replying. Then again, I only had a certain number of sendings charged into my hollow straps, so maybe he was not conscious when he received them. But weird he hasn't reached out to me. But I suppose he didn't even know I was there.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably wondering where you are on the Umphalos.
Yeah.
Plus, looking at the size of, all that explosion and stuff, he probably got pretty messed up. Maybe he's not really in fit state, but regardless, they say he's okay and he's recovering, so...
Yeah, it's...
I guess you'll probably want to start making your way back there soon.
Yeah, I'd like to go see him at some point. The Cottontail... I think long haul, it might struggle, with those kind of distances. It also,
Well, for obvious reasons, we probably won't be making a trip back there anytime soon, but, maybe you can get picked up by another ship and get back there.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have been having some weird shit happen to you, and I'm still... I feel like I want to try to get to the bottom of this, so... At least I know he's okay. He's in the best place right now. There's not like me being there would do much else.
Yeah.
Good to know. Thanks for letting me know.
Hey, I thought we were both going to end up orphans there for a little bit, so looks like we managed to get out of it.
Yeah. You want a hug?
Not really.
Okay, well, I offered. Okay, I'm gonna go dry off before, Cyrus, starts poking his head at the top of the stairs and tries to look up my dressing gown or something.
I know, what a
Again,
pervert.
nothing I haven't seen.
I can hear you on the stairs, lingering.
I said...
Look,
Never mind.
You should
Cyrus,
have taken a
stop being
picture
such
when
a
you saw me the
pervert.
first time.
Don't need it, I have a pretty good memory.
That's even worse.
That's gross.
Don't say stuff like that.
Cyrus just chuckles as he walks down the stairs.
I think he's got a thing for animal folk.
Yeah, I should tell Sunshine to watch out.
You should.
I mean, he probably can, vividly remember Sunshine naked from the waist down when we were on the Lush.
Well, he's always naked from the waist up, so...
With a top half like that, who wouldn't be?
True.
He can make his lion pecs dance.
So jealous of people who can do that. I don't even have pecs to make dance.
You could get them. I have pecs.
Yeah, no. When I try to work out, I just start to die instead. But, I
That's
can turn into a
relatable.
bear, so...
That's the starting process.
Yeah, after
That's
that,
not
it gets
not
better.
Cyrus.
That is me also, speaking directly from experience. Well, anyway, congrats on the living father. I'll leave you to get ready.
Thanks, Birdie. And she pinches your beak, mask.
Not my name.
Atlas.
Thank you.
She pinches your beak mask again and closes the door.
Expensive.
Yeah. And you guys head over. You docked for some trading. I assume some trading's been happening during the role playing.
No, I'll do the one roll. It's only
trading
one
away.
roll.
Alice will bounce downstairs and be like, "Who wants to help me find a big bell?"
Bell?
Yes.
You see the goat
Why?
head
It's like a metal cup, and then there's a little thing inside the metal cup.
we
that-
know what a bell
She
is.
sounded confused. I thought maybe Asimar don't have bells.
We know
Are you
what
talking
bells
about
are.
the brothel bell again?
No, she wants a bell for Tewa. Marsan.
Could you not use that bell?
No, I don't think that bell is wide enough.
You could attach it to something, just to get a belt or
He
something.
wants a big cowbell.
Oh,
Alright, sure. I'm not doing anything at the moment.
I've been saving up all my money by only eating when my parents buy me food.
So, how expensive do you think bells are?
I don't know. I've never bought one. Have you?
I mean, I've never bought a bell
sort of-
either, but I
Some
can't.
sort of bell connoisseur?
I can't imagine bells are that expensive. They're just a bit of metal with a dangly bit of metal in the middle that rings when it moves.
Look, me as George, I didn't think rugs were going to be expensive because they're just a piece of carpet, but somehow a rug is like 10 times more expensive than carpeting a whole room.
Let's go find
Also,
your
cheese.
goat head.
Most of my uni experience was just realizing cheese is more expensive than I thought cheese was.
That depends on how much cheese you buy. Did you buy a lot of cheese?
Sometimes I would
silence
just
is-
eat a large chunk of cheese as a snack.
Your silence is telling.
How do we go through so much fucking cheese?
Sometimes you also eat a large chunk of cheese as a snack.
It's just
You ate a
George's
chunk of cheese as a
block.
snack today. You offered me some.
I put it on bread.
You had a significant amount of it in front of the fridge before you added on bread.
Why
Yeah,
am
that
I
makes
imagining George being like, "Where's all the cheese?" and Harry's just sitting there with a block of cheese.
One time my sister and her flatmate got in a fight, and halfway through the fight he went to the fridge, opened it, took out her cheese and took a bite out of it, and then my sister punched him in the face.
I mean, fair.
Remind me never to eat your cheese. Although it's our cheese because we buy it for the house, so shared cheese. But
Feels like it's supposed to
I'll
fit.
not eat it off the block. I will cut myself a piece of cheese before I
Just
eat
don't
it.
eat it in like defiance midway through an argument.
But yeah, if you
It's
go out into
my
the
trump
Nexus,
card. Mary, don't push me. I will eat the cheese.
you guys go out to the trade Nexus. You're looking for a
Yes.
bell.
Yes.
I mean, it's pretty
Yep.
standard adventuring gear. It is easy enough to find a
Also,
bell.
absolutely taking Tawa so they can also have their, opinion on the bell.
Make
you-
sure it's the right bell.
You find someone who's able to sell you bells, and yeah, you're able to find like a nice big like golden, like plated kind of like colored bell. It's
Imagining Tawa, they're
Why-
like, bell made of solid gold. It's like, you may have a gold-colored bell.
What about one of these things? And it's like the reindeer things that, and they're all the little bells. And
Sleigh bells?
Cyrus just starts, yeah, sleigh bells. I couldn't think of the word. Thank you, DM. And Cyrus will just start like shaking it at Atlas. What about one of these?
I'm just imagining Tawa being like, not what I was imagining, but a bell that can slay people is pretty exciting.
murder bells ring. Yeah, I mean, like you pick one. A bell as standard costs 100 chits as standard. It's
So,
standard adventure gear equipment, a bell, and you probably have enough like ribbon and stuff on the ship that you can just like makeshift a little tie for them.
Or would we be better getting like a belt so that it's sturdy?
maybe
Tawa
two
moves around a
belts,
lot.
depending on how thick a chimera neck is.
Are there any belts for GIF?
A GIF, you go to a GIF XXL clothing shop, and it's like all sizes.
It's called,
XXL.
It's called big and tall and big and large.
It's called hippopotamus haberdashery.
Our food has arrived.
That's fine.
Mary is collecting it.
You can eat and D&D at the same time. It's not like driving. But yeah, you
KFC, so minimal mess, I
you-
think.
you're able to pick up like a large belt for like probably 50 chits. It's not crazy expensive. It's probably like a military surplus like kind of style shop. Obviously, you're so close to the front lines.
Are the others going to be jealous that one of them now has a collar and the other two don't?
Guys, thoughts on the collar? You guys want a belt collar too, or are you good?
The dragon head is like, and the lion head both kind of in unison, like we're fine. And then you see that like the
Collar gives kind of pet vibes, which you're definitely not, but like a collar is needed to hold a bell on, so it's
the dragon head's got its like still got that like face paint, like kind of like war tattoos going on, and the dragon, then the lion, has its like mane all braided. You've succeeded the little side quest of Tawa's request.
trip out my chimera.
Yeah.
And then on the way back, all we hear is blong, 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 blong,
Dong, 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 dong. It seems like the Marsan is like deliberately throwing their head around a bit
It's
more.
like a dog with a squeaky toy.
Yeah, to make it ring, and being very pleased about it. And the other head's getting more and more annoyed by the dinging. There's some infighting among the heads.
You get some earplugs as well.
And then I brought you a game, I was like,
Wait a minute. Turned on the camera. It was just you, and I went, oh, shit.
I thought it'd be like there.
You get this.
Just drop on Ryan and Marion as they each try to dish out their curry or whatever that you're adding.
And KFC instead.
Oh yeah. But yeah,
Kentucky Fried Chicken.
you guys with your trades. Anything else to look for in particular here, or?
KFC ad in the cinema like a fucking horror movie, but
Well, it's because they were dancing to Thriller.
yeah, but it was weird. I did not like the chicken.
We're in the weird animal era.
Anyway, that's me all done. I've completed my side quest. Pimp Yo Chimera.
Could we look at ship upgrades, but ship upgrades that would increase our cargo space, if at all possible?
Yeah, you can
Really am.
you can add your cargo, like increase your cargo space. Yeah, you basically would be adding effectively you're adding more weight to your ship. So you basically would be adding similar, like, kind of think like, Starfield kind of vibe. You probably would end up attaching, like, you can get like smaller little, like, spaces on, like, maybe underneath your wings. You could like fill that void, like there's like void spaces to be filled, or you could just attach stuff to the rear, to the bottom of the Chimera itself. You already have the efficiency upgrade from your AI as well, remember?
Yeah,
Yeah, 2,000.
we're hitting the max with like the trades and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got one ton left.
It's kind of that one where, like,
Keeping a one-ton buffer.
if you the problem with that is you're increasing your ship's weight with the cargo capacity, so it does reduce your travel pace, which doesn't affect you that much day to day. But if you get into combat and you're this big, heavy, sluggish ship, you're going to be outmaneuvered and stuff. So I tell you right now, for every extra ton you add, your travel pace reduces by 100 miles an hour. Because it's like that big, it's the cumbersome. You gotta turn slower. So the Chimera
to buy a different ship.
The Chimera, if they could take another 9 tons, like, comfortably, it would still be able to travel, like, very, like, sluggishly, but, like, you can still starshift. Starshifting is unaffected by weight. It doesn't matter, because it's like a magical process.
Yeah.
But your actual traversing the expanse would be reduced.
I mean, we can manage for now. It just means that, like, it restricts our trade limit.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of why you have to think the cutter that you have is not like a, it's not a big trade vessel. Like, there are bigger, like, freighters and stuff, are like big trade vessels, and they have, like, much bigger. But, it could be one of those ones where
offset the downsides.
yes, if you got bigger engines, they could theoretically do it. But bigger engines does not always necessarily mean better, because a bigger engine, it might make you go faster, but it might reduce your maneuverability. So if you double your engine speed, suddenly your 90-degree turns aren't really possible anymore because you're going twice as fast. So you can do 45-degree turns instead. So, like, there's also every upgrade you do. So there's some upgrades like I'm going to increase the scanner. Doesn't really affect the rest of the ship, but things like increasing your weight or your speed are going to have knock-on effects on, like, your maneuverability and things like that. Even, like, we want to add more guns. It's more weight. But that's the thing. It's a similar kind of vibe. It also will add more. So you could add more turrets to the ship and, like, fire them, but, like, it will just increase the ship's just general cumbersome nature. In that regard. Same with increasing the hull. If you, like, put more armor on the hull, if you, like, the only ones that probably are, like, free are probably the shield generators. Any upgrades to the shield generators, any upgrades to your like actual the scanner itself, just because they're not big enough to, like, cause you a big issue, if that makes sense. But guns, engine, helm, cargo, hull, they're all gonna have some kind of, like, tit for tat, Your ship will almost become more reflective of a freighter, which has a slower movement speed, even though it's bigger, it has bigger engines, That's what you guys output for some bigger ships as well, because sometimes they're, bigger is not always, you're the Millennium Falcon going up against a fucking Star Destroyer kind of vibe,
I still find it funny that you haven't watched Star Wars, but you're making all these references.
Yeah, I don't need to.
You don't need to watch Star Wars to make the references. You just exist in the world, and people
Look,
make Star Wars
everyone knows that
references.
Han Solo was Luke's dad or something.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, Han Solo and Chewbacca. That's his mom and dad right there.
Yeah, no, I
Don't
thought
break him,
I
Harry.
thought Han Solo and Chewbacca were like brother and sister. Was that not it? And like it was a big reveal.
They still isn't that the whole
I
thing
can
though?
see
Like,
Ryan dying
like
inside.
isn't the incest like a whole thing?
Yeah, but it's also like that bestiality trope because Chewbacca, like, is he a human? Is he just hairy?
I'm going to eat my chips and I'm going to enjoy them. You can't ruin this for me.
You
Harry,
can certainly try.
just for reference, just so like it's something that we would be kind of looking to for the future.
Yeah.
The cost of a freighter, I assume the 1.5 million is the minimum average.
Yes, it's like a guide price.
I could ruin
Okay.
everything for Ryan.
And it's the kind of thing as well where, you know, like, you could buy a freighter and, you know,
I thought Chewbacca was an Ewok for so long.
you could buy a freighter and you could, like, use it yourself, but it would obviously run into the issue of, like, you know, it's, like, you could theoretically buy a freighter and then just send it off on, like, jobs, like how Finnegan had his ships. You could just pay a crew to run it for you.
Like an Ewok with giantism? Come on!
I had never seen Ewoks next to other things, so I didn't know how big they were.
You see, in the sixth movie, you see them next to Han Solo. And
Yeah, I've never
Luke and
seen the
all.
movies. I just seen stills of them, and I was like, yeah, I guess that's what Chewbacca is. I was like, why does he look weird? Like he's not got like the little teddy bear ears. Are Ewoks evil? They look evil.
They're not evil. They're a means.
They're
to
so
an end.
evil.
They look
They're
evil.
a means to an end.
They look evil. Everyone's like, oh, they're cute, and I'm like, that is the teddy bear that stabs you to death in your sleep.
They're also the teddy bear that eat the stormtroopers they kill.
Exactly. Like,
Confirmed. They were gonna eat Han and Luke.
that's pretty
That's
evil.
how they're introduced in the movie. They're just little savages. That's it. Not good or evil. Just doing their own little murderous, cannibalistic teddy bear things.
I also didn't think stormtroopers were actually called stormtroopers for a really long time.
It's a bit
The
Nazi, isn't
Ewoks
it?
are
Yeah,
just
because
the-
I was like,
the-
that's what Nazis are called. No franchise is going to be like, these are Nazis and they're called Nazis.
It's the easiest way to confirm they're the bad guys.
Why
See, the
even
Ewoks-
dance
the Ewoks are
around
just the
it?
native
Just call them
South American
Nazis.
tribes. Like the
We're going off on a
cannibalistic
weird
tribe.
tangent. But yeah, what you asking, Andy?
Yeah.
What you were asking about the freighter, like the guide price? But yeah, so like I
Yeah,
was saying,
'cause
you wouldn't necessarily have to. You could buy a freighter, but you wouldn't necessarily have to swap the Chimera out. You could if you want. Like, you know, you can obviously. And anyway, if you wanted to fucking go all the way up to a dreadnought or something like that, by all means. But like, you know, don't
Yeah,
feel like you
I
have to. Obviously, trading is becoming a bigger thing, but you can literally employ a ship to, like, you know, go off and do your
We're
trades for
not
you.
traders, we're adventurers.
Yeah, no, the reason I was asking was because we're finding ourselves kind of, not everyone has a bedroom, not everyone has like the space within the ship with the crew that we're carrying like. So where
But
the next
you
kind
could
of upgrade would be.
sacrifice, like, if you wanted to in the Chimera, if you're like, we want to turn half of the canteen area into bedding, like into bedrooms, you can just get that done. You can just increase bedrooms, the pace, you know, like, or you can be like, I don't need, like, in the captain's quarters, I only need a bedroom. I don't need the living space. I'm going to convert the living space into another bedroom and put another door in the kitchen. Like, you can convert rooms that aren't necessarily, you know, being used.
Also, it's kind of
We-
funny making people bunk.
Did we ever learn what the Chimera's original purpose was?
Nope.
Yep.
Because it just had human people on it. We don't know if they were traders or mercenaries or a small crew or engineers or what.
I can't imagine it was a trade ship.
No, I
It'll
don't
probably be a
think so.
mercenary ship, if anything.
Doesn't matter what it was, because now it's ours.
And it'll be whatever we want it to be.
Pretty much.
But yeah, I mean, like, what do you guys want to do? Any more trading to achieve, or?
We traded. So, I don't know. I'm actually thinking I might buy something personally. One sec. I was looking at something the other day.
Vulgar's buying personal affairs.
Yeah.
Not another statue. We're okay.
Now you mention it.
No.
Gonna buy
Yeah, we just
some
turn the
ice so
Captain
next
Claus
time
into a
Asher
shrine.
burns him.
Vulgar buys a statue. We can't trade this. Who would want it?
I feel like there was something I was looking for and I can't for the life of me remember. Oh,
We
well.
buy a statue, we go to, Draconid Space, we try to sell it. Some guy's like, hey, that kind of looks like the husband of this guy's wife that I fucked.
I feel at some point Volgit will go have a chat with us.
Hey, we don't know what happened to your wife. You didn't tell us. We asked nicely and you wouldn't tell us, so we don't know if she had an affair, if she died, if she fell in love with another man and left you. Sorry, dwarven little self. We don't know, okay?
And we basically
Speculate.
just assumed she left you because you didn't seem that sad about it. Like, when you mentioned her, you seemed more like pissed off about it than sad, so we were like,
I feel like that is Volgit enters the room to Cyrus saying that and just goes, right, well I'm not talking about what I was going to talk about, and walks back out again like just like yeah.
No, we need to know.
Can't talk about Volgir's wife. Can't talk about Astra's dick and balls.
What you'll notice is in his hands he was holding a shiny what looks like set of lungs walking back to his room.
Pokes a hole in them in front of Atlas, like,
Like popping a balloon when a child is bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Can't be mean to me. I'll get my dad to beat you up. In game, I'm not gonna send my actual dad to beat you up. Or will I?
But yeah, what do you want to achieve? You wanna go talk to Alice, get her cornered, and
Nah, leave it.
You
No,
can't corner me, I can fly! Unless there's a ceiling, in which case I'm fucked.
luckily on the Chimera there's lots of the ceilings.
Did you just open some popcorn? Because Sylvie's running.
They're crisp, Sylvie. You wouldn't like them.
Oh, Sylvie doesn't like crisps.
They are Thai sweet chili crisps.
They're even worse crisps.
Don't just reach your hand around the green screen like a little grabby.
Look at a tiny crisp.
We're all kind of fucked up. Cup your hand like a cup.
Weird.
Are they sensations or?
Yeah.
Yeah. This chicken is really good.
Actually, hungry
Requires
now.
attunement by a creature who is missing one set of lungs. Is Atlas actually missing lungs?
Technically, Atlas has lungs.
Alice has
Yeah.
lungs, they just got horribly
very
burned
good.
by pollution.
Volgir comes in with a scalpel and a set of lungs.
Look at me. I am the doctor now.
I feel like he walks past Astra and it's just like holding like a medical scalpel.
If you do that, Astra's come running, like, ready to backhand you.
I just got that sterilized.
To the drawing board. No.
Yeah, I mean, if no one's doing anything, Beros will look at getting that kind of area in the captain's quarters turned into an extra bedroom.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but you gotta tell the Moreaus that they're getting a space downgrade.
I don't know why,
I'm
but that
doing it.
sounded like such a threat. If people aren't doing anything, Barros will. Yeah, Barros, no.
I feel like that's how Atlas has caused chaos every time. It's like, if people are just gonna stand around here talking about the plan, I'ma just do something. The something is explosions.
Yeah. Barros, I probably would say, like, it would probably cost, like, for someone to come in, new furniture, ripping out all the old stuff, call it, like, I would say, like, 5,000 chits of work. Like, just, the 50 gold for
Retrofit.
materials and, yeah, like, a retrofit. And they can get it done before you take off, like, get it all sorted. Doesn't take super long.
I'll probably go see Barros at some point and go, with us doing our increased amount of trading, do you think it's worth we all start going back into the route of a separate thing, or a separate... No point at his wrist because he can't remember the name of them, all the straps. Or should we just leave you with the one, do you think?
Oh, you mean the fake ones?
Mm,
I mean, it's probably worth having. I mean, we are going into the Arachnid space, though, so, I mean,
yeah.
don't really matter.
Oh, they're not going to care, I just... yeah. Just
Like,
think if we ever come back. 'Cause we will have to come back at some time.
Most of the chits get transferred through Barry's Arlo strap that gets transferred into mine.
It's all traceable.
It is.
We might as well just leave it on Barry's, and then if we need to, we can just pay for stuff on the ship and then convert it backwards.
To be
at the end.
fair, it's
But Barry's
been-
isn't
it-
secure. Right?
Well, Barry's
No,
Barry's was based off mushroom,
Barry's a mushroom.
so you might lose all of Barry's stuff. So that's what I was saying. Is it worth us finding something that we can use?
Is there another way to lock a hollow strap, like a pin
Yeah.
code or something?
It's just
Can you
DNA.
get improved?
Yeah. Security.
I mean,
Security.
to be honest, if they were after us, everyone here has used their hollow strap in the past 3-4 weeks.
True.
I mean, you can make me a history check, Barros, you want?
No.
Nope.
You don't know.
You don't even know what you have at breakfast with that one.
Biscuits.
Biscuit, yeah, it's biscuits.
See if that.
But he's somehow forgotten the biscuits as well. He forgot what type of biscuits it was.
Yeah, to go get more biscuits though.
What are Weetabix if not breakfast biscuit?
Sorry, what?
What are Weetabix if not breakfast biscuit?
You cut out a little bit, so all I heard was what are Bix?
Yeah, I heard that.
Breakfast
Yeah,
biscuit.
what are
And I was
Weetabix?
like,
It's
what
not
the hell is Bix? What are Bix?
No, not
Bix.
Bix. No.
They're like tricks, but less fun.
But yeah, is there anything else particular you guys like to do? Or are you just gonna continue traveling forth?
If we wanted to have another means of secure payments without it getting traced, we could take some of our chits that you've got from trade and see if we can find a untraceable vendor, someone that's willing to give silver or gold for chits.
Probably not get a very favourable version.
I mean, we're literally going into Draconid space now anyway, right? Like,
Yeah.
Is the amalgamate really gonna chase us into a war zone?
They're not really chasing us now.
Exactly.
Whether that's
bigger
just-
problems.
At
Yeah.
some point, we're going to have to return.
Due to hidden form.
Having untraceable might be worth us getting anyway. Maybe just 1,000 gold worth.
Or even like buying items for trade that are worth.
What do you think we've been doing this entire time, Cyrus?
No, I don't mean like.
Just Volgir just points at the cargo bay that's rammed
I mean-
full of
Cyrus
goods.
is like, oh my god, we were trading?
No, I mean like buying a silver plate that's worth 15 silver or something. I mean items that have actual weighted value, not like the other kind of value where you buy a component and sell the component.
The problem with that is if you buy weighted goods, their value can fluctuate, whereas coin stays the same generally.
Also,
What
the
if we
problem with
melt-
weighted good is they weigh.
What if we melt down the silver plate to make our own coin?
I
I
would
don't
love
know
to see
much
you
about
try and
money,
find a
but I'm
plate that
pretty
you
sure
can get
that's
a better
illegal.
deal.
I mean, we're already terrorists, pirates,
So loud.
fugitives.
Also, I don't think we are pirates. We haven't done
But
any
we
pirating.
No, we stole people from the amalgamate, and
Stealing people
not-
is not
why-
piracy.
why not add forgery
It was a rescue mission.
to our eyes, but to their eyes, we stole their prisoners. Or helped them escape, which again is aiding and abetting.
Listen, I'm sure we can find somewhere to get some untraceable. Keep it here on the ship as a backup. That may mean if we need to bribe off any ships, it's going to be much easier.
Yeah, I'm just saying, if you're worried about hollow strap security or hollow strap usage, the easiest way around that is to have untraceable.
But like I said,
I would also like to say, just for the record, fuck you, Barros. I drew a map in my little journal, and now it's wrong. I've got to redraw the bedrooms.
you could convert
I did it in
one of the
pen. I'm
areas.
gonna have to use Tipex now.
Correct when you did it the first time. So when you first found the ship, it's fine.
Technically the same layout, there's just a few more walls.
Just turn the
These aren't
couch
even
into a
like
bed.
walls. These are kind of like more like
Cubicles.
they're more like curtains.
Like a hospital room setup.
Yeah, like they can be drawn over like for privacy. Like they're like privacy screens. Like, you know, people aren't like, you know, yes, it's this, you're sharing like, you know, a bed, like a bedding area, but like
Got hostile vibes.
It's just a
Like cots
crew
on a ship,
quarters.
nothing.
yeah, exactly.
It's not like officers' quarters, it's a crew quarters where all of the crew sleep.
That's probably
together.
like the most private thing that Cyrus has ever had. Like, he's never had his own bedroom, you know?
It probably has like an
He's like,
ensuite
"Damn,
setup with the
This curtain's
I mean,
like a
thick."
shared bathroom with the
When he
captain's
was a kid, he probably had his own room, but when he got shipped off to Abaddon, probably no. And he was 7 when that happened, so
You probably don't remember having your own room.
yeah. Probably why he doesn't mind just like sleeping where he sleeps. He's like,
You don't
"Cyrus,
mind."
your room, and he's like, it's not that big a deal.
He doesn't mind because he's getting kicked out of it anyway.
There you go. So you got a little bedding area now. So you got a few extra
Meanwhile,
beds.
you have, you
Shared
know,
ensuite
people
situation.
like Atlas who will defend her room with her fucking life.
I'm surprised Atlas was so quick to get her own room since she was stuck in hers for ages.
Oh, so you even changed it as well.
I didn't hear what you said, George, but I'm assuming it was some form of insult.
I was just savage.
There you go. Everyone has a bed now.
Although
So
I
is
also
Sunshine-
imagine Atlas
is
being like
Sunshine
that
sharing
asshole
with
younger
Micaiah?
sibling who
Yes,
has their own giant room but just always shows up in their siblings' room like, wanna have a sleepover?
Sunshine is sharing with
Now,
Micaiah,
fuck
and then
off.
whenever you offload Atlas's family, you should have 1 spare bed. Technically, not including your 2 auxiliary beds. You would have technically 3 spare beds. Or 4, because, well, if you count Barros as double, as a potential 2-person bed.
We rescue someone. It's like, okay, you can sleep on our ship, but you have to sleep in the same bed as Barros.
That's also another thing, Barros. Like, I
They're
suppose...
like, I'll just go back into the active war zone, actually.
Like, I think, again, you could try to add cargo on and, like, sacrifice, like, like, crew and passenger space, I guess, to some level. It might not impact your weight as much, but obviously if you fill it, it's going to be cumbersome for the
more
ship.
waif and stray collection.
No.
And, like, you also could turn, like, the guy who kind of goes around, the armory that you never really use, like, that could be basically serve as, like, a bedding area, or maybe, like, a communal, like, like, bathroom area, and then you could, like, maybe expand, into bathrooms and stuff like that, like, in other areas, like, so you can, like, potentially, like, turn, like, if you, for instance, on the upstairs rooms where they have bathrooms backing onto each other, if you made, like, a single shared bathroom situation, you could turn those bathrooms into rooms, like...
I've just realized that Cyrus is the only person that doesn't have access to a private bathroom. So during, like, the middle of the night when someone's trying to sleep, there's just a knock on the door being like, Astra, please, I need to pee.
Well, now Barros's bathroom, as a result, is kind of communal, because it's it's shared with the other one, because there's a door on both sides. It's kind of like a there's a term for it. I can't fucking remember. Like Juliet.
Jack and Jill
bathroom. That's it. Juliet's the bathroom.
Man, even the captain doesn't get his own toilet.
He does get a big bed though.
He does get a big bed.
And he could just lock the door from his side, and then never unlock it.
In the middle of the night, Barros is sleeping. Barros, I really need to pee.
Fine.
I have to pee.
Reminder of the armory, it might be worth us picking up a couple of Expanse suits.
Yeah, you can pick us up.
And actually starting to equip that, because we've needed, on more than one occasion, we've needed to potentially go out into the Expanse.
Yeah, we only have 2 suits, I think.
Yeah.
And they were pretty in bad condition, to be fair, so... I'll spend some time looking for some reasonably priced Expanse suits, not like top of the range. Maybe...
Cyrus will go with you, just aid in the carrying of said stuff.
Yeah.
Sure. Second here. So yeah, if you want a so Expanse suits have 2 options. You can basically get a to function. You basically need both parts effectively to, like, make it work properly. But you can get one, like, just either the suit or just the helmet. The helmet basically allows you to breathe in the Expanse for a limited amount of time. It's 1 hour a day, and then it needs to recharge.
Mm-hmm.
And the actual suit itself, it like basically gives you it effectively gives you resistance to cold damage, and as a result, you don't need to make checks for, like, extreme cold, which is what your body's exposed to when you're in the Expanse. Pressure isn't really a worry. You're not worried about, like, it's not like you need fucking compression suits to, like, stop yourself from fucking,
I really need to get the star mark fixed, but we need, like, a celestial historian mechanic.
Yeah.
I don't know where to find one of those.
The helmets are, and again, this gear is expensive because it's literally life-saving equipment, and always going to be expensive. Gold piece prices here. The helmet is 1,000 gold.
Yep, that hurts.
And the suits are 6,000 gold each. But the suits can be worn under your armor, so if you use armor, you can still gain benefits from both.
Are we too poor to survive in the Expanse?
Well, we've got 2 suits.
You have 2 suits already.
Yeah.
Are those full suits or are these bodysuits, no helmets?
Bodysuits, not helmets. So for the full kit, it's 7,000. For the full, what you need to survive, it's 7,000. Like, you have to, like, they are fucking expensive for a reason, like, you know.
Let's just go steal some.
Hey,
Then we're rescuing someone.
Yeah, and the pirating starts.
We can grab a couple.
So 1,000 silver, 1,000 gold is 100,000 jets.
100,000 jets.
Yeah. Bear in mind, a cutter is like 10k gold. So, like, you know, it's like these suits are everything your Tev can do, but it's on your body. You know, it gives you the environment you need and all that stuff. I will change it so that it is a breathe. I'll say they're enchanted and you can breathe indefinitely because I think the 1 hour is done. When you have them on, as long as they're not damaged, I think it's fair to say that they just work.
Magic.
We're not gonna start fucking counting oxygen tanks and shit. That seems boring.
Sure, you don't add more magic.
And also they're
to D&D.
expensive, so it makes sense.
You have 20 rounds of breathable air.
And
Midway through a fight.
okay, so we have 2 of
I mean, that's
the
basically what
suits, but
happened
we
to you
don't
when
have
you
any
jumped
of
in
the
the
we
water to
don't
get
have
the
any of the
boost.
helmets.
You have those are suits and helmets. Those are full suits.
Oh,
you have.
those are suits and
Yeah.
helmets.
No. Kaz held his breath for a really long time. He was able to swim
Oh,
down,
yeah.
save Nemia, sacrifice the sword, and swim back with
Yeah,
a breath.
your
whereas
issue
she
was
was
that-
drowning.
No,
The issue
you
was that you were
actually
wearing
gave
plate
Nemia your
mail.
breath. In that moment. You
Yeah.
gave her
Oh
your breath.
shit! Yeah.
Yeah. You actually, because she was at 0 hit points, couldn't be healed, you
Yeah,
blew air into her lungs and healed her.
and then started to drown.
And then you started
Wow.
to drown instead, yeah. But
Hey,
you,
that
because your
that
con
like
was
a
higher, you lasted
moment.
longer. Yeah, that was a really
Chad
cool moment. That was,
moment.
I'll never forget that moment. It was so smart. I was like, yeah, you can fucking do that, cool.
My bestest boy. I miss him.
But yeah, you have 2 full suits in a minute. But the suits, again, these suits can be worn under armor. So if you have,
intelligent,
like, as long as you don't have a magical helmet or like, you know, magical, like, you know, clothing that you're wearing, you can basically wear these kind of like as like an oversuit, basically. They're kind of like diving equipment, you know. You still wear stuff over
Right.
top of them.
Okay. So we have 2 already.
Can't afford more at the moment.
We can afford a helmet.
And
Yeah,
both
but
of them
there's no-
don't require attunement, which is again why they're quite pricey.
We can afford one, but it's whether or not we need one because we've not. So far, we've not needed to use the 2
No.
that we already have.
We've
I didn't
realize that we had-
The helmet would also let you breathe underwater, theoretically.
Mm.
I mean, to be all honest, I forgot we've owned 2 of these suits. To be fair,
Yeah, you have.
So-
To be fair, there's definitely times you probably have needed them. Like they're there. I'm surprised no one has just put them on. It's kind of my thing. Like at this point, like I'm just gonna take one and wear it. You know, I think you're worried about them getting damaged, because they like, yeah, if you're in combat with them, there's a risk they may
I
get
keep
damaged.
intending to get my star
I
mark
just
fixed.
imagine. I just imagine they sit in like one of, you know, like you see on shows, like there's a room before you exit into space, or the exit that's just
Yeah.
got the suits lining the wall. That's how I imagine they stay,
Yeah, literally,
because
yeah.
we don't want them.
They're
getting
there
damaged.
if we need them.
Who would we actually have to take the Star Mark II to fix it?
That's my thing, because I need like a celestial mechanic historian, because it's like a 1,000-year-old god relic. I don't know who fixes
Someone will
those.
kill them?
No. That means we have to go to that planet.
Sarah, stop complaining. You know it makes sense.
It makes sense. I just don't want. Can we not? Let's
We don't
not
have
rush
to go
into.
to yours.
I mean, there's like a fuck ton of gnomes and shit, on Squall. So like,
But
maybe
don't you hate them?
Some.
racism's not cool.
I didn't say racism. I said, did you not hate them?
I hate specific gnomes, not gnomes as a collective.
Are there some gnomes that you like?
I don't know that many gnomes.
Okay, you know at least one gnome. They might be able to fix it.
No.
I'm sure the island of Saparna might have something.
I
Nope, we're
know.
trying the gnomes first.
I know one gnome who definitely can't fix it.
Do you know any other gnomes?
I didn't have a great social life at home. I didn't
So
know a
you
lot
know-
of anyone.
You know one gnome, and you're certain they can't fix it.
No, but he might know someone who can fix it. I'm assuming he
good.
knows gnomes.
Let's follow that line of thinking then.
Assuming he knows gnomes, right?
To know the gnomes.
Gnomes know gnomes. Also, like, if we wanted to find him, we'd have to go, like, back to the croak, and I don't want to do that, so...
And the croak is where?
My home city.
On the surface?
No.
Oh,
Still,
well,
still city.
If that doesn't work, we can try Essence Smiting and kill him. I'm sure it'll have something. Don't cough at me.
I was just clearing my throat.
I'm not going
It's
home
logical,
anyway.
Cyrus.
Like, we'll drop my focus up on the song and we'll be gone.
You don't want to stay for a little while?
I don't have much skin in the game there right now.
Not gonna lie, I might set it on fire if I see one of those spiders, so it's maybe for the best.
All the spiders are on the surface.
Okay.
Trust me, we are not going down there.
Good, because I will set it on fire.
Didn't do much.
Yeah, I don't think Astra's heart could take being on your planet.
It's not as bad as you guys think.
No, it's probably not as bad as I think, but I don't think anything. It
You
doesn't
don't think
matter
Astra
how.
can handle anything?
It's not that I don't think she
You
can
think
handle
Astra
anything.
is
It's
weak?
just
Delicate?
I think she is terrified of the little version of the spider that you showed us. The bigger version might just stop her heart altogether.
He'd be fine. Micaiah woke up to one in bed with him and he lived. Admittedly, his disposition has been a little more nervous ever since.
When you say
but-
things like that, it sounds like I was doing things with a spider. That is not the case.
Nobody implied that. But how
It
did the
just-
spider get in your room if they're from the surface?
I left my window open.
That's what he
And these
thinks.
spiders
They're
fly.
flying spiders.
Yeah. We're
What?
a planet of bird people. A lot of stuff flies.
I will set it on
things fly.
fire.
Birds are
I will
meant to
set
fly.
Everything on fire.
Spiders aren't meant to fly.
A lot of bugs fly.
Do they have wings?
Yeah.
Spiders.
Yeah. The bears have wings too.
No.
Yeah. Your bears don't
No?
have wings?
No.
What
They're
about your
on
dogs?
Fire.
Cats?
They don't have fire.
Squirrels.
Fire. Fire.
Well, it sounds like everything that's on fire on your planet has wings on ours.
Just purchase
Oh
a
dear God.
No wings.
Except the kangaroo.
But they're birds. Folk.
Not all birds fly.
Atlas will, like, gesture you in close and, like, lower her voice and, like... Okay, let's put it through the window. It's really hard to squeeze it in there, too.
How big was the window?
Smaller than the spider.
I think Barris will probably skip those sorts. If we have two already and they're not being utilised, then
They're also on D&D Beyond. If
Well.
you search for Expanse suit or Expanse helmet, you'll find them all detailed there and what they do. Just that's for any of you guys if you're curious about them.
I will then get back to the ship and go and find Volge. Volgir. I think, well, we're in the bulwark sector now. We could probably skip the frontier sector and potentially a lot of questioning if we just skip to the Zaraf sector. But it does mean we'll be pretty much in Draconid space next time we jump.
Yeah, I mean, it's just let's just hope they don't instantly attack us like we're being told they might do.
It will mean you potentially risk going through 2 sectors of what could be considered frontline Draconid space. That's something Barros would be aware of. That's the gamble.
Yeah.
At least in the frontier section, you might be questioning it more, but also the amalgamate should at least be,
I thought the plan was that you guys were gonna go like get a message or something to deliver.
You didn't do that.
Okay.
You were gonna do that in the mining area, and you didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, we just got high instead.
Yeah. And then in Bulwark sector, you've not done anything yet, but you can still look for work, and you're still in the Bulwark sector.
Yeah, we could have a look to see if we find anything.
Bear in mind, though, you're trying to transport a message one sector, it might not be as needed.
Well,
But there's lots of items to deliver. You'd imagine there's lots of stuff's being built here a lot. Maybe not information, maybe an actual physical delivery. But you don't have much space in your cargo hold at the minute. It's all for those atmospheric processors.
We bought
have a
all the
ton.
stuff.
Yeah.
We have a ton, so we can see.
Might
we
be
could
hard
ask.
to get a
Yeah.
military contract from a ton of cargo hold space.
We have Cairo serum, which I can't imagine is wildly needed on the front lines of a.
Prior serum.
I mean, from the conversation with that admiral, doesn't seem that we'll be stopped for actively trading across the frontier, past the frontier. Sorry, it more is just a warning.
I'm sure we'll be fine.
Listen, I'm pretty sure both your parents and you made this trip before. And you didn't really run into any problems.
Not on the trip, at least.
No, not on the trip, but
Since the
and if
trip,
you did-
nothing but.
and to be honest, if it is the case that we get attacked, we can more than defend ourselves as long as it's not anything bigger than a frigate. But
The reason why Atlas's family, Cyrus, and Astra all came here is because the vessels they were on were not amalgamate vessels. Only amalgamate vessels being targeted is the problem. You guys
are
are
we
an
on an
amalgamate.
amalgam?
You're a human ship. This is kind of the
Can we just
Steel
like
Horizon was a human ship.
can we just like spray paint on the outside of the Chimera like, hey,
Draconic
we're
runes.
chill.
It's-
we're not no humans aboard this ship.
It's the same idea. I mean, yeah, could do. I mean, it's kind of like the same
That's not
idea
a
as
lie.
like the
It's
French.
not a lie.
Yeah, it's not like it's the same idea as like the French resistance in like World War II when they stole German tanks and they fucking like spray painted them like red, white, and blue basically and stuff. It's a similar vibe, but they did that to not get
God.
shot at by friendlies.
Could how long would it take Volga to potentially change the class of the ship to not come up as a human ship? I know that's something that
Physically it looks like a human ship, but to change your ship's ID and like basic information at that level, it depends on what's scanning you. Because if someone can scan you and get a physical layout, they'll know. But that's probably more kind of advanced ships. Like your scanner can now scan and like
But
you
they
can
might
tell.
just look at us and be like, human ship.
Yeah. The name being in common is a pretty big giveaway that it's probably like not from Draconid space somewhere else, because the local language in the Draconid Concordat is not common.
It's draconic.
And in the Calum Chivalric, it is like primarily Celestial Devil, and there's also a little bit of kind of like Oren from the Bird Folk and Squaw. Bit more of a mix there. It's not quite as a uniform thing, if that makes sense. But a lot of people speak Common. It's the most common language.
That's why it's called common.
Yeah, but it is Common is actually the language originally of the humans. Originally.
Damn colonizers.
But humans, like they do so well, they spread fast and far fast. And they're also pretty arrogant and, ignorant, don't want to learn other people's cultures, make them learn theirs instead.
So what you're saying is
British.
humans are the British.
Yes, the humans are the British.
Do you speak English? You're in Spain, sir. Do you speak English?
Why
Do
you no
you
understand me?
speak Common.
Everyone speaks this. Like that. Easier to go along with it than go against it.
I mean, I'll sorry, go on.
So I was just gonna say, I'm guessing there's no way to like edit the ship's design. Like, hey, can you give us like a fin? Dragons love fins.
Yeah, if you want to start editing, like,
Ooh, let's get flames
you
painted
can get
down the
customizations. Yeah,
side.
if you want to change the appearance of the chimera, yeah, you can make it look like a chimera if you want.
That would be pretty cool.
That would be complicated.
Pretty cool, though.
Yeah, but then the ramp would come out of the butt, and I don't feel like exiting the
Or
butt.
we could do it like backwards chimera, and then you could like come out of the line.
You could make the
No,
cockpit
'cause
the
then
stinger. The cockpit's the
we're-
stinger, and then the mouth. It's like the lion mouth opens up, and then the right
Yeah.
wing's a dragon wing, and the left wing's a goat.
But then we're looking out the butt when we
No, because it's got
fly.
like a big like scorpion stinger.
Yeah, it's got a big scorpion stinger at the back. But I don't think it actually does. That might be the manticore.
I think it has a draconic.
Like a draconic
actually.
tail, yeah. Manticore.
Yeah,
is a
it
scorpion.
doesn't have a snake, because that's grease.
Yeah.
To be honest, guys, I think potentially we're probably overthinking it. If we get attacked,
How
it'll
bad can
by
it be?
pirates.
I mean, we've survived, amalgamate ships, squid ships,
Barely.
frog
Barely.
ships.
Barely.
Look, barely surviving is still surviving. That's what I've been doing my whole life.
Just, it's nice to have a little insurance.
We don't have
Sometimes.
insurance. We're registered as terrorists. We're good.
No, I emotional insurance, anxiety insurance.
Sounds
Right,
expensive.
if you want,
Let's go.
if you want emotional insurance, we're in one of the fastest ships out there.
There we
In
go.
regards to-
Emotional insurance, we're good. We can outrun them. Just don't break my engines, please.
Well, the only way that will break him is if we have to jump early.
And if we jump early, we've escaped whatever anyway.
I mean, it could be worse.
go.
It could take you into deep space.
What's scarier?
Well,
Dragons or the unknown?
well, the unknown might be nothing. it's just empty space.
Or
It
it
might
might
be
be
more
there.
dragons.
Unknown might be astral spiders. I don't want that.
It might be your dad.
It might be a whole colony of asteroids.
What is the thing? What is the thing with you and spiders?
I don't know. I was fine, and now I'm not.
You're like B.A.
Spiders,
Baracus.
squid, frogs.
I swear I did one tour with Atlas and suddenly
Mushrooms.
spiders.
You're not a very like nature vibes kind of gal,
I was.
Wind and rain and thunder. Yay. Creepy crawlies. No.
Also things from the sea. Doesn't like squid or frogs.
That's fine.
Depends.
They're
If
like
this-
space squid. They're not a normal squid.
If I served you a plate of octopus tentacles right now, could you eat them?
be revenge.
It's
Eat them
squid.
angrily. Angry, eat the squids. You tried to eat my
No.
brains, I'm gonna eat you. That's how you get over your
No.
fear. Can you eat spiders? Is that a thing you can do?
Yes.
Probably.
They're crunchy.
I'm gonna cook you a spider one day.
Gotta
Yeah,
make sure
because
you
you're
shave
experienced
them
that.
because they've got like hairy.
I will ice knife you.
Or you
Surely
can
they'll just like
you can
burn
like
them
cover
off.
the whole thing in clay and then cook them in the clay and then the clay cracks off and the hairs are all stuck in it. So that's pretty cool.
Play cooking spiders.
And then you can use the abdomen like a big thing to stuff You can put like rice and stuff in there. Tasty.
Or wear it like a hat.
Play with your food.
Mm.
This is why we're not going to my house.
You eat spiders regularly.
No, because you have no etiquette.
Oh. Understandable. With some etiquette.
I know, my
Moving, or
mom's been
what's
teaching you. You know what coasters are now.
Yeah, not like I had a choice in that lesson.
You think I did?
I feel like while Atlas's family has been on the ship, the level of sophistication daily has just increased with increments. Suddenly there's napkins
like,
in the canteen.
It's like when you have like
Dear
a...
standard.
It's like when you have like a guy who's been living by himself for a while and then his girlfriend moves in and like everything just gets so much nicer, so much faster. Like, wow,
Barris
you
has a
have
little
throw
bowl for his
pillows now.
biscuits.
Hey, I didn't know you had wooden floors. I thought you had carpet. That was dust. Oh.
Like, when men live alone, they have like their TV on the floor and one chair. And then the girlfriend moves in and is like, what if we bought a sofa? Because you don't have to live like this.
But the one chair is comfortable.
That is 100% how Cyrus would live his life if he was not, you know, in space.
He slept in the engine room for how many nights?
Yeah, like...
3 days.
Quite
3 nights.
literally, that is
He
the
started to suffer exhaustion. He did it for that long.
Yeah, he was so fucking adamant it was gonna work out.
It's like, it'll
could
be
just buy
fine.
earbuds.
I'll forget the engine. Forgetting that, like, a space engine is not the same as a ship engine.
Yeah, you could have just gone and bought some ear.
That would have
sure
been a
there's-
smart thing. That would have been a smart thing to do. Not a Cyrus thing to do.
I feel like Cyrus with either of Atlas's parents is funny, because, like, her mom's just gonna be, like, telling him off for his etiquette every second of the day, but probably in that, like, gentle kind of poor soul who wasn't raised right. And I feel like Cyrus is just creeping around Atlas's dad, waiting for him to start punching people, because he's like, that's what fathers do.
But yeah, what are you planning to do next? Are you are you gonna jump to Draconet space straight away, or are you going to
I think that's Baros's intention. If Vulgate approves and doesn't think we should go to the frontier sector.
Out of curiosity, how much money is in the trade pot?
Right now, about 180,000 jets.
Sorry, quick second. Need to get up the right sheet. Would it be worth our investment to purchase another engine quick fix?
Possibly, in case we have to do a sudden jump.
Because we already have one, but having a spare of a spare might be handy in case we have to like make 2 jumps.
How much were they last time?
I think they were 25,000.
it's on
Shit.
the world anvil?
Shields, maybe?
I know it's on the World Anvil. I'm trying to go off memory so that I don't have to look it up on World Anvil.
We can
Why would you go off
certainly-
memory when you could go off the world anvil?
Tab expansions.
Because it's Ryan and technology.
If we can find someone selling them, then we can buy a couple of this.
Thank you, Sugar Barrels.
But yeah, so are you all on? You're all agreeing you're gonna basically jump towards Draconid
Yeah, let's...
Expanse? Sure, cool, that's fine. Just as long as I know what to prep. You set your course. You wait for your time to finish. You leave the Galactic Nexus. You split up your starship engine and you jump.
We long resting because we
Yeah, you
jumped
long
up-
rest. Every jump you do is a long rest, you guys. So if you need to long rest, I recommend you do it. You would have plenty, so you should have all your hit dice and all that shit.
Manitoba?
Finally leave amalgamate space.
The fact he's clicking around so much makes me
Behind.
nervous.
Harry or me?
He's
Harry. Nothing you do makes me nervous.
I need to
As-
get the dice ready.
as you
compliment?
slow out of your star shift, I assume you rested before you jumped, so you came in fresh and alert just in case there was any problems.
Just in case
Um,
it
yeah.
happens.
Everyone's up and about. Everyone's just, like, not sure what you're going to encounter. You find yourselves in the Zareth sector. You see a bright, unstable, almost like a fluorescent light that probably needs replaced soon. It like flickers itself. A unstable blue supergiant star which radiates this intense blue light. And you kind of even see, as you enter the system, your shields begin to throw up error messages from this star's passive effect. While in Zaraf's radius, your shields are halved. All their max capacity is halved. So when you're in this sector, your shield capacities are halved.
oh, lovely.
It's your first environmental real encounter I think you probably have had that's effective from the get-go. A quick base scan of the system to see what comes up. Your ship doesn't have a system-wide scanner, and you're not in amalgamate space anymore, so nothing comes up on your HUD or your radar. You do not know what you're looking at. You see there is maybe a nebula, looks like, kind of like from what you've seen before. You can see there's a large gas giant that looks pretty big. And there appears to be probably... You pick up a few dots of, like, engines, which you think might be like stations or ships. It's hard to tell what they are without any ID tags flashing up. But because you don't have a system-wide scanner, you can't actually scan for them until they get within like a medium range of yourselves, like a planet-sized range. So like an orbit, basically. If they enter your orbit, you can scan. But until then, yeah, you're kind of like a bit blind beyond a certain radius. But that also means that if other ships don't have the compatibility, your ship also is a similar thing. You'll appear as a radar dot, but you don't have like a call sign. You're not like there. If that makes sense. You're flagged as an anomaly, so people may come like looking for you and like asking questions. But yeah, the same way you don't really have anything on them, they don't have anything on you necessarily, unless they have acquired data banks or something like that that might widen their scanners, base capability. And as you kind of like come in the system, that is where we're going to take a little break. We'll be right back. And we are back. As you enter a new system, I would need a couple of rolls, please. For onboard or offboard. We didn't do it for the last sector either for Bulwark. So I will reflect that in these rolls.
On board.
No onboard problems. Rolling
I've
for
been doing some rolling, so I don't know if someone else hasn't been rolling. Oh, you want? Oh, so it's 78.
Alrighty, yeah. You guys, everything seems relatively calm. Are you going to seek out anything, or what's the plan?
Do we want to just find a spot to hide, wait, and then jump to the next system?
I think what might even be best is just staying where we are. Kind of going down to minimal power, waiting to jump.
Sure. Yeah, you go down the middle power and with jump. Try not to move and not make any, street turning signs. For that, Barrows, make me a piloting check. Use your dexterity. It's gonna reflect like how stealthy you can make the Chimera seem to try to avoid any, detection on radars and things like that and scanners.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you want me to, I can re-describe the area to you again because that might help you decide.
Can I add my proficiency on there? Because I'm proficient with...
Yep.
That's...
+2, +3.
18, yeah, +3.
Yeah, you...
18 in total.
You, quietly, move along. Do you, move towards the nebula and try to, hide in the nebula? Or are you just going to try to, just stay static?
Stay static. Lights off. Engine on its only core power basically. If we need to get out there, divert all kind of power just to kind of.
Every now and again, there's a few bits of rocks or asteroids almost that kind of float by on an orbit. But yeah, you guys maybe a minor maneuver to ensure no collisions happen. But yeah, you can just pretty much idle out here, pretty chill. It's not a very clean system, and with the flickering blue sun and your shields kind of playing up, there's a buzz to the ship as well. But yeah, I mean, you're going to have to sit here for 24 hours potentially.
It's got any sevens?
But yeah, you sit, you wait, try not to make any noise, and time ticks by. Do you seek out any of your crew? Anyone want to do anything in particular, prep anything?
Dar's probably just doing routine checks of the windows, just if anything.
Yeah, but your eyes? Sure, make a perception check,
Approaches.
Cyrus. If you're using your eyes. I mean, you don't trust those fancy tech scanners,
Old school gizmos and gadgets. 18.
You start scanning around Cyrus. It's quiet. It's quiet. Nothing strange or startling. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I'm not sure.
we lost you there for
No,
a second.
I know you did. I was talking with George. I was talking with
Oh.
I have a button I can just push it to unmute myself.
Fancy.
Or if I'm swearing because you're but yeah, you nothing seems to bother you. You see lots of activity here though, lots of movement on the scanners. Yeah, Barrett's able to hide you as best he can. But nothing seems to bother you if you're at your stay. Are you gonna no one's gonna talk to you, you're just gonna get ready and just jump straight away?
I think that's the plan. We don't want to kind of incur anything. We don't want to kind of
Wait around.
just
Yep.
for our own safety.
I think Deers would be in the hell probably at the bridge for a lot of the time you're here. and she'd be like, "I don't like it. It's too quiet. We're on a, we're even with our engines quiet, we're still on someone's radar. Why has no one hailed us? Why has no one made any effort to see why we're, in this hotspot,
Like a Western. It's quiet. Too quiet. No? No one?
Lots of planets have a west.
To be honest, maybe the rumors were not as violent as they were made out to be.
Yeah,
A dragon's
Lars-
like looks at the sword at Volkir's hip and like nods abruptly.
Let's not count our dragons before they hatch. We don't know what the next sector is going to be like.
True. But to be honest, I think if what I predict to be the case, the Draconids are more likely to be on the defensive. They'll be building up their front lines, waiting for that little, what's the saying? The straw that broke the camel's back?
Where are we
let's
going
not
after
be
this?
this. Let's not be the spark that ignites the powder keg.
Are we gonna go deeper into Draconid space, or are we gonna go into deep expanse?
I thought we were
I mean,
sticking
deep.
in Draconid space, because we're all afraid
Yeah.
of asteroid spiders. Some of us more afraid than others.
Both could be just as bad.
We're just going like this. If we're going to we just go round things.
Yeah, I think you probably would do a diagonal cut. You'd probably be doing that, probably.
Over half the people on this ship got through Dragon in space. Yes, we're in an amalgamate ship this time, but so far so good.
Yeah.
So let's just go full circle.
No. I'm thinking we go blep, blep, blep,
Yeah.
blep, blep, blep.
I mean, we could just, it's not too far to...
No. No.
So what I'm hearing
This
is
is a democracy, Cyrus. You can't just know things.
blep, 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 like that.
Okay, so you...
Every if it's true democracy, every vote has to be unanimous. We all have to be in agreement before a decision is made.
There is no such thing as true democracy.
And this is not a democracy.
No,
You're right.
it
It's
is an
not.
autocracy.
It's not democracy.
Navigator makes the route, captain says yes, and we go.
No.
You don't have to come with. You're
What am
welcome
I
to
gonna
go
do,
into the
just
cold expanse of space instead.
Hop into a spacesuit and just chill.
Yeah.
No.
Or you could just, hang out on the Squall until we're done.
Also, I believe it is ironic that the ASMR of the fiendish heritage doesn't understand what a democracy is. A democracy is a majority, Cyrus. Everyone agreeing together is not a democracy.
It's nice, though.
It's nice, but it's not a democracy.
Why is it funny that you're a fiend and don't get that? And I don't.
The
Because they're in a
beings
democracy.
of Abaddon are quite, they don't really understand.
Communist.
I was going to say they don't really follow much democracy.
Commies.
They follow direct order.
Yeah.
I think
that's more of a
they're anarchists,
fascism.
if anything. Or maybe
Collective
demons are
anarchy.
anarchists.
Organized anarchy?
Oh, that's not a thing. I mean, devils devils feel fascist as like a vibe.
Targeted anarchy.
I feel like demons would be anarchy, you know? They're just kind of
Yeah.
fucking
Demons are chaos devils.
yeah. So you're fascists. Good job.
I did leave for a reason.
But yeah, you guys take your time. Eventually, your starship drive is ready to charge up. You take a long rest. You're staying here for some time.
Hanging out.
I never like to say that because it always alludes to something.
He's rolling things.
Stuff.
Mm.
Eventually, you rise from your sleep and slumber. And none of your crew seek you out to discuss anything, and you are ready to jump onwards if you so wish.
I'm thinking we should maybe have watches.
Yeah, I think we need to start doing watches.
I know Saparna's keeping an eye on things anyway, but having one person awake to initiate things happening, or two people.
Well, we got through that night okay, but I don't mind taking watch tomorrow. Right?
I'm just saying, let's not go into this too optimistically. Let's not
But
be
let's
ignorant
jump.
to the dangers. Yes, let's jump. Perhaps the engines. Bleep, 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 bleep.
Yeah, you feel the engines whir to life as you leave the Zarath sector behind. You arrive in a new sector, the Valgor sector. And again, your heads-up display, annoyingly, is so barren. Saparna spent the last sector and last 24 hours trying to piece together stuff that she could recognize and try to give them tags. So now, when you into the sector, you're given a bit more of a rough idea. The star here is a red giant star, which it is. She can basically highlight as a star. There's a barren, rocky-like planet, looks like. Which she doesn't know the name of, but she can at least identify it as a planet based on its size and positioning. There's another nebula here, and there is a large fortified station, it seems like, that has a lot of traffic around it. There's also a fair few smaller things moving around that Saparna surprises must be Tevs.
Let's go say hi.
We still on the front lines?
This would be
Right.
it's
Right.
one
Past
sector to the amalgamates. You would still be in some level of the front lines, yes.
I mean, we got planet-wide scanners now. Why don't we try and get a little closer and see?
I also need a couple of D100 rolls, please.
I'll leave this one.
On board. Fuck.
Tharis, what was yours?
This was
17.
on board, mine was off board.
Okay, cool. Yep. Seems quiet for now. Nothing strange or startling happens.
Why
But
don't
now-
we spin close enough to a planet to give it a little scan and see what we find out?
Sure.
There's
Can't
only
hurt.
one large enough planet that draws your eye, and that's that big rocky one that Saparna popped up in the
Plus, might as well check for shards.
Sure. We'll get within range, but any trouble when we're out of here.
I feel like we should have maybe looked at getting some kind of stealth module for the Chimera. Saparna quite sassily implies as you
The radio
that's-
turns up.
That advice would have been wonderful 2 sectors ago, Saparna. Thank you for your input.
Well, I am only a deity, not a fortune teller. My domain
Speaking
is
of
not the
fortune,
future.
you got the chits to buy one of those things?
I don't
I
carry
didn't
money.
think
I'm
so.
a god.
Technically, you're only a small piece of a god.
I am potentially the biggest piece of this god,
Still a small piece.
yet to be determined.
Yeah, do you know how many pieces of you there are, by the way?
I have a rough idea.
You're
Which
not going
would
to
be-
tell us, or?
It's somewhere between the region of 4 or 400?
Helpful.
That is. So you don't know.
I have a rough idea. The maximum I know is 400, but I know I'm not complete.
It's quite a large gap. Like, if I
yeah,
said I had slept with 4 people, it's like, okay. And if I said I had slept with 400, it's like, damn.
Do you know how many
Hey,
elves used to pray
we're
to me?
not slut ship here.
Do you know how many
fae
fae used to pray to
damn
me?
in a bad way.
Millions of people used to pray to me. 400 is not many. 400 is a small village. That's a very small number.
Yes, but 400 people scattered across the expanse is quite a large space to look for 400 people.
But there's only 400 people. Not that many. If I said it was 500 million trillion, of course, that is quite substantial.
I'm just saying, if we find 1 shard of you a year, we're all gonna be dead before we get them all.
I will not be.
Yeah, but then who will get the shards?
I imagine others would come, but I am faithful in my plan.
You have other saviors? I'm hurt, Saparna. I
Well-
thought I was the Alpha plan or whatever.
You're with the Atlas
Alpha
plan.
Protocol.
Yeah, the Alpha Protocol. But I imagine there are others. The same way there was that strange elf on Kemnor.
Let's hope that if any other shard wielders that we meet are not like her. That was terrible.
Rose's granddad was pretty chill. I was like, hey, can I have that? And he was like, sure.
I mean, we have seen a pattern. All the shards we've come across have been in the possession of someone. Maybe they've been all entrusted to someone with a greater purpose.
Well, the first one was...
Shit, if
Oh, no,
one
the
of
first
them's
one
on a
was in
ship,
possession of my family.
Yes.
Oh, that was such a bad
What?
call.
but what if the person that has them's on a ship?
I mean, hopefully
They're
there's another person
constantly
also
moving.
gathering them. And then they find half, and we find half, and then we find them all.
And hopefully they're a good guy.
I mean, we see what happens when they're not.
Regardless, let's scan the planet and see if there's a dragonborn with a shard of you walking around on there.
Indeed. Yeah, you are you gonna try to move up to Zaroff stealthily, or are you gonna move confidently, or?
I think potentially confidently might be the best.
Yeah.
If we
If
are
we
moving.
stealth, then it just shows.
It looks like we're
we
sneaking
got something
around,
to
you know?
hide. Yeah.
We
And
just a quick thought. We have the modulators that we can put into the turrets and the shuttle.
Do spells.
Would there be any way of fitting it into the Chimera?
Yeah, the arcane glass.
Okay.
You actually, I assume at this point you've swapped with
Fit it
Daze's
back.
help them back.
Yeah,
There
yeah.
are 2 arcane glass in the Chimera. They replace your little like side turrets that you use in like the first encounter, because it's more fun, like spellcasting things. For Volgear to cast invisibility on the whole of the Chimera, it's a lot bigger than a single shuttle.
Would we have to, I don't know, take out the star mark and put one of the modulators in that section?
no.
Or-
The
wondering,
like
is it feasible?
the arcane glass is kind of like a dome. Like if you think it's like a little like glass dome that sits on top of your wings, and like your casters can stand in it, and as they cast spells through it, it like amplifies the spell through the arcane glass
Right.
and blast it. So when you're on the shuttle, you basically swapped out the turret for arcane glass, and then he was using the invisibility spell in the arcane glass, which affected the ship. But for him to use it on a ship of this size, it would be less effective because it's not. His invisibility is meant to do one person, not a ship. You know, like so it's amplified. It could amplify it 10 times. So it could amplify it to a shuttle, which could hold 10 people. A
So
ship
if
with
two
a
people stood in an arcane glass each, and they both cast
Yes.
invisibility at the same
if you
time,
use
that might
if
work.
you use both your arcane glass and you cast it, yes, or you can also get things like stealth modules, which allow you to just like have invisibility, normally for a set amount of time.
I like how Harry instantly knew where you were going with that as well, because you didn't even say the words invisibility.
Yeah.
Harry.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it is.
Oh, what if Volgear cast invisibility and Atlas cast Pass Without a Trace?
Potentially. The password trace would at least stop your probably reduce your ability to be detected on like radars, because it's like your engine emissions is what's kind of being detected a lot of the time, and the invisibility would at least help you from being physically seen.
I still vote we just go with that with confidence.
No, I'm saying contingencies. It's good to have backup plans.
Yeah. Cyrus is just like talking about this, and
We're, like,
Barris is just in
flying.
his Barris is in his seat going, "The biscuit protocol," writing in a little notepad. Yeah, we'll head over there confidently. I suppose.
I will say if you're heading
that
over
would
there
be brilliant.
confidently, I would like you to just make me a piloting check, Barros, just to see how. Almost like if you want to try to like mimic how the other ships travel around, like that kind of thing. It's good.
26.
Yeah, 26, yeah. So you basically like fly with like a purpose. You know you're going somewhere, like it's a set course. You're trying to not stop a lot to have to scan and work out where you're going or look at your like position and stuff like that. You're trying to just go and commit. It takes you about an hour flight time to get to this planet. And as you get close, you see Serpana, like a little light lights up on your kind of like terminal, and you see scan planet becomes available.
Why do I imagine Barros having like crew commands, but they're code named for biscuits? So evasive maneuvers is Jammy Dodger.
That's all he's got.
That's all I got. I came up with it on the spot, okay? I hadn't pre-planned. Oh, whenever we fire a
This
cluster
unit of
bomb,
Jammy
it's
Dodgers, is this
how
what you're trying to tell me?
the cookie crumbles. No, Jammy Dodger's my favorite biscuit, so it's easy to
When
think
we
of puns
need
to
Volgear
it.
to do something specific, it's shortbread.
That's just a speed dial for Volga from the cockpit.
Hobnob is fire everything because they're a tanky biscuit.
Does
Party
that mean that
line
all of
is
us have biscuit
shore
code
leaves.
names? If Volgear's shortbread? Like you'd be Ginger Snap because you're kind of fiery. Anyway.
Could be here a while.
Fine, Atlas is a rich tea. Not to everyone's taste, but some people like them.
But yeah, you
I thought it was going to be rich tea because my family's got money.
Well, that's that too.
Atlas
You had a giggle
bland.
face.
I thought it was
What was your Astra biscuit name?
Party
I know-
ring because she's very, very sweet.
Just figure for Atlas because of Richie, because they break easily. Like, they're brittle.
Bitch.
Oof.
I take back my
Custard
party
cream
ring.
because you can never ever. Custard cream because you can never ever find one that's solid.
Barros is a pink panther,
They're all just
like a
crumbs.
little wafer. He's flaky. Barros is
See?
flaky.
See, my thing with Atlas is I feel like she's like somewhere between, like when you pick up a chocolate chip cookie and you never know if it's actually going to be chocolate chips or raisins. It's like this could be really good or really bad, but I don't know which yet.
I know what you are. You're a tea cake. You have got a soft, hard shell, and you're just soft. You break through that little tiny shell, and it's just soft.
Full of flush.
And Micaiah is just a tea cake without the chocolate.
Just fluff.
He's marshmallow fluff.
Just pure fluff.
Just a spoonful of fluff.
Yeah.
Yep. Barros, do you scan, or I guess it wouldn't have to be in Barros. It could be your navigator can scan, or
Bam! Let's scan that
you
bitch.
scan the planet. Boom. The scan. It isn't instantaneous. It takes about a minute to scan the planet.
Boom! Let's scan this planet and awkwardly hold down the button for a minute because it takes a while.
You get back information. This planet is called Zaroth. It is a barren planet, no atmosphere. But it has several installations along it. Ones of note that you find appears to be a military complex, some kind of like troop deployment and supply base. It's pretty sprawling. It's got like, you see what looks to be like barracks and training grounds and maybe like storage facilities as well, kind of on the surface. And it's obviously all pressurized and encapsulated, like, you know, in an artificial environment inside, like metallic, like a moon-based kind of style like you saw with the mining facilities before. But yeah, the planet primarily seems to be like covered in these little military installations. But the biggest one you find is that one there, like it's like a big, like, deployment base. There are also in orbit several Draconid ships that you would see. There is a couple of destroyers in orbit and a couple of cutters as well floating around. But they haven't really shown any real care towards you.
Don't give a shit about us.
Heals.
So much for getting shot down the second we cross over.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Days really bigged this up.
Didn't they say it's
Propaganda,
pirate?
perhaps?
I feel like Daisy is in the cockpit, isn't she?
Yeah.
Did you say that she?
She's
so
like,
that she-
look, we've gotten lucky so far. Don't count your chickens. We still gotta spend the night here.
Don't count your chickens all in one basket.
Yeah, that's the information you get from the scanner. There are other areas to scan in this area if you want. There's the nebula. There is also a couple of potentially like something like space like stations, effectively. Or you can just go back out to the expanse itself and just try to, you know,
What do we think,
let time
Captain?
pass.
I mean, the confidence seemed to work. They're not kind of touching us, really. It's strange. I'd expect at least some kind of hail, at least, just to see why we're here, but maybe they've just decided that we're small enough that we're not a bother.
Maybe. I mean, elephants don't care about flies, you know?
But they are scared of mice.
Well, mice are scary, so.
To be honest, I think we just carry on moving. And wait to see what happens. Worst case scenario, we get hailed, ask what we're doing, we say we're traders. The military are not going to be the ones that attack us. They have no need to.
I'm sorry, mice are scary compared to the spiders and the bears and mice. Really? Not that
Seen a
different from
mouse,
squirrels.
Cyrus.
They're not that different from squirrels.
Seen a mouse.
Yes, I've seen a mouse. I've seen a
Listen,
rat.
their spiders weren't scary till I seen the spiders on her planet, so I don't know if I want to see mice from her planet.
How big are the mice?
You know, mouse-sized.
Don't you say mouse size, because every time you say, oh, you know, spider size, your spider size is weird and wrong. I mean, there are pretty big spiders on Abaddon, but mice are mice. Mice?
The size of Pip's head.
I'm out of my picture frame because of my background.
Alice just continues to stare blankly at you.
Mice.
Ash'll turn look to Micaiah.
Mice?
Micaiah, is she being Atlas or is she being truthful here?
I mean, there's like different types of mice. You've got garden mice. They're not too big. They're about nose to tail, like that long. There are field mice, which are about the size of like a wagon.
What?
Well, they're in a field and not a garden.
She's gonna roll insight because
Just because they're called field
joining
mice
in on
doesn't
it.
make them the size of the field.
I feel
A
like
wagon's not the size of a field.
I feel like there's a mixture on the ship now with like her family where it's like, you know how Australians will just like immediately be on board with like drop bears and shit? It's just like, I don't know if you're making it up or not. I mean, I guess you could
14 for
inside.
Astra.
Nice. Yeah, that's bad. Yeah. You believe that he is telling a little white lie to.
Hang on, I'll try.
They're
Okay,
not
I
like
just-
fish. It's not like if you
You can
a
tell
small
Alice is
fish-
fucking with you.
If a small fish is in a
Cyrus,
small tank, then the fish will stay small. If you put it in a
Cyrus.
bigger tank, it gets bigger. Mice don't
Cyrus.
work that way. What?
Cyrus. The white lies in Atlas's family runs through. They're telling fibs.
Go fuck yourself. Cyrus just walks off.
But we do have dormice, and if you stuff them with like minced goat, that is so tasty.
They are not the size of doors.
No, they're like little snacks.
Thank you, Micaiah.
Only field mice are big.
I'm going to bed.
Damn.
Cyrus goes lay down for a bit.
Okay. Are you guys just gonna chill out in orbit then, basically, just like let the time pass?
Maybe can do.
Alright.
So seriously, Vulgar, how long do we have to travel together before we get your like tragic backstory? Or non-tragic backstory, I guess.
I'm just thinking back. I'm pretty sure.
You told Diaz a little bit.
Yeah. I was about to say I'm trying to remember, but yeah.
I don't even remember him telling Diaz.
Told Diaz in the bar, and then
it
you
was
guys don't
in
give a
this-
shit.
Yeah, remember? Because
remember.
afterwards, after she was like, me and Vulgar talked, and we were like, Vulgar talked?
That's right. I remember that. I'm great at not metagaming. I forget what my character didn't know.
I'm just saying.
I forget what happened last session.
Like, you know, you already know basically everything about us. Like, you know about Cyrus fighting on the front lines, and Eros trying to fight his granddad, and Astra being a sad orphan.
So what do you want to know?
Adopted.
Just saying, you know all of that stuff, and we don't even know what happened to your wife.
Not for lack of trying. Cyrus
Well,
yells
like,
from the common bedroom.
You could have children, and we wouldn't know.
Hang on, I'm gonna go put on
Or
the kettle. I think we need some
siblings.
tea for this.
We don't even know if you have siblings or like living
They're
parents.
biscuits.
There's always biscuits.
This is Barros's ship. Of course, there's always biscuits.
Whenever Barros goes to buy
I've
mana
got the
coils, he
image.
buys 45 packs of biscuits per mana coil. Like, and
now
he
got the
claims it's some
image
kind of like deal that they had on at the mana coil shop.
I've got this image of now Volga just sat there with a whiskey. Everyone sat there with a cup of tea going, we're waiting.
Oh no,
It's
my
like
biscuit
dipping
fell
the
in my
tea
tea.
Yeah, they waited that long.
Everyone's blowing on their tea because it's really hot. Cyrus is just drinking it.
Oh.
Cyrus, I forgot to put milk in. Never mind.
But Cyrus has stopped drinking tea with the milk because when he gets it out the fridge, it's too cold and makes his hand hurt.
He has to have long life milk.
I love milk. Oh no, covered milk.
Spider-Man.
He's got to have those like little like single serve ones. you
No,
get in
he has like
cafes.
coffee creamer. Dumps in there.
I just have to currently change some of my backstory because what I've described changes my backstory.
Does Cyrus's body temperature run naturally hotter than usual? Does he like pick up milk and he's like, oh no, this might curdle if I hold it for too long. Gotta be quick.
Probably
Like,
only
you
when you're
have to get
raging.
Astra to pour it into
Cyrus
a little
hasn't
thing
been
for
able
him
to
pour
enjoy
it into
chocolate
something.
ever since he became evil.
Picks up
Yeah,
a
you
sip of
in-
white chocolate, starts melting immediately. Ah.
Yeah, you don't
No,
like it
it's
milk
actually-
like fire.
It's actually the worst. He picks it up and he has to eat an entire chocolate bar every go, so he's just like eating chocolate. Gaining
Cyrus, can
weight.
you hold my ice cream for a sec? Turn back and there's just a puddle on the ground. It's like, aw.
And the wafers on fire.
Aw.
Or could do it the other way. My tea went cold. Cyrus, hold that for a couple of minutes.
What's that fucking from? Where the guy
Avatar
like
the
this,
Last Airbender.
yeah, fucking puts his finger in the tea.
There's also a joke about it in Sky High. where he's like, "Do you want me to heat that up for you?" Because he has fire powers, and she's like, "We're not allowed to use our powers outside school." And he's like, "I was just gonna put it in the
D&D
microwave."
maybe. That's what I was in. I knew I seen it recently in something.
No, failed miserably.
Why are you trying to stealth?
Volgir was trying to
To
leave.
try and leave?
Midgar just seeing it, just like tiptoes out of the room.
Everyone sees Volgir trying to leave.
Volgir, we're all looking at you. We can see you leaving.
You know what?
It was
No,
worth a
let him
shot.
have it. Let him have it. If he doesn't want to
It
tell
was
us
a-
that bad, I'm just wondering how long it's. I wasn't asking for the story. I was just asking how long the story was.
Years.
I
probably.
suppose I can tell you, but what do you want to know? It's a long old story. We don't
Sorry,
really-
sorry, Volgir. I can't hear you over the sound of my dog going ape shit.
Volgir starts looking around for a dog.
Tewa, no, sit.
Well, we have time until the engines recharge, so we're not going anywhere.
Damn you with your common sense. What have I told you?
You don't
Well,
like
we know
one
you don't
specific
like Dragonborn.
Dragonborn, and you were married. And you left your planet in a hurry and don't want to go back.
Okay.
Also,
Well,
you don't like mining, but I don't know if that ties into your history or whether you just like never liked
I
mining.
spent many years in the mines. It's just a part of my old life. I don't want to ever go back to it. Like, if I can avoid being in the mines again, I will do. But if I have to go back, I will do. I was good at it, at least. At one point.
So
Was
is the
mining
one Dragonborn you
in
hate and the
relation-
used to be married thing connected?
Yes. You can put those two together quite quickly, I think.
Were the mines related to the Dragonborn and the
No.
wife?
Well, it's just what I did. I was
Okay.
an occupation.
Were
Got
the
sick of the
wife
old
and the
job.
Dragonborn connected to the swift exit from your planet?
More the Dragonborn. Yeah, he's a bit of influential in my hometown. So, yeah.
It's weird a Dragonborn would have such influence on Storn, isn't it? Where's where from?
Yeah, I don't know how he did it. I always thought that maybe he was paying off some people, but I could never prove it. He was too well liked. So I
Did he like?
decided to cut my losses and just get out there before he threw me in jail for the second time.
Did he frame you, or were you actually meant to go to jail?
Did you try to kill him?
Well,
Assault, grievous bodily harm.
let's just say there's
know
a
a
reason
lot
why I have a bow. I'm
crimes.
not very good with my fists.
You have a lot of You know a lot of crimes that involve hurting people, Cyrus.
I'm just saying those are the things that you would think would get you in jail is attempted murder,
But you didn't
manslaughter,
attempt to leave
grievous
murder.
bodily harm.
Terrorism. Theft.
Terrorism's on there, theft's on there too, forgery, another one.
Trying to talk
Breaking
to
out of
hostile.
prison.
Trying to talk to
Breaking
someone's
out of
mom
prison.
when their mom was under protection.
Keeping a hostile, multi-murdering creature with...
Hey,
That's killed
I got
countless
Tewa
people.
legally onto the Umphalos, and I only had to pay a little bribe.
True.
What a waste
Sounds
of
about-
bribe money.
You probably the same amount of bribe I had to pay to get off planet. Which is why I'm not going back unless I have good support.
Was your wife involved in the attempting to get you jailed thing?
Yes.
She took his side.
Oh, this is
Yeah.
getting spicy.
Sunshine, what did you
comments.
Look,
I'm always here.
He sleeps
just
in
all that-
here.
the
It's
one-
impressive
the one
that you
good
can tell
thing-
my voice, honestly, considering how many fucking NPCs are on this goddamn ship who sound similar.
It's the way you said it. Very
It's
grandiose.
easy. Days is a valley girl. Sunshine is sunshine. Alice's dad is kind of posh. Makai is kind of nervous. And
Atlas's mom is super high pitched, and Saparna's really sassy.
Tewa's like growly and murderous.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sometimes
the one thing I am
goat-faced.
grateful. The one thing I am grateful for is I found out early. At least I didn't get to the stage of having a full-fledged family and then find out.
Yeah, better to cut your losses early, I guess.
You still have your ring? Or did you like throw it in the expanse dramatically? Or...
I don't think so. Volga will look down at his hand in a way that looks like he's never ever thought about that, and is like he's not thought about it, and then realize he's still got his ring on, and just.
Would you like to throw it dramatically into the expanse?
Oh, we can put it in the airlock.
We have time.
Hmm?
Or do you want to like throw it in her face or something?
Did you love her? Do you still love her?
Oh, she cheated on him.
Love is complicated.
You can still love someone.
I agree with that. Yes.
You could love them regardless. Of their
Never
flaws.
forgive her, though. Never forgive her.
That's fair.
Well, then it's settled. As your captain, I demand you to release that ring into the Expanse.
Wait. Is it expensive? Because sometimes we're quite low on cash.
It was. I made it myself.
Is it worth anything, or is it?
I don't know.
Value?
I'm not that great of a smith, but I'm a good miner, so the jewel might be good.
Sure. Volgir, why don't you make me a I don't think there's such thing as a mining tools check,
There
but
are jewelry making tools,
An
though,
appraisal
I think.
check.
Just
roll
a
me
D100.
roll me a D100. Sure. Let's let fate decide. Yeah.
65.
I mean, like Volgir, like you still have this ring on. Like, what does it look like? Obviously, this is your half of the.
I feel like you're like,
bands or
I
the
don't know how
engagement
much
ring,
it'd be
whatever
worth.
be.
And Barros is like, I'm a pirate, let me see.
But yeah, like, you have it on. Like, what does it look like? Kind of describe it to me. Like, to us.
So it will be a silver ring that's intricately engraved with like bands that go all the way around, and inlaid into each of the bands are individual little alternating green, red, and white gems the whole way around, with one big red gem at the top.
Sure. I mean,
and then I will say there's a matching one that matches with green instead of the red.
I mean, like anyone who looks at it, like Volgir's ring it's a silver band. It's studded clearly with like some small diamonds, small rubies, small emeralds, and there's a big ruby as well that kind of is like the main stone set into it. If someone wants to try to appraise it, they can make a jeweler's tools check if they have jeweler's tools, or they can just try to make a general like intelligence check if they don't have jeweler's tools.
Smith's tools.
I'll try and appraise
I mean, the
it.
Smith's tools, you can be valued in silver, Cyrus. There's not much silver there.
I'll try.
Yeah, the silver was a gift from my friend who made the base for
I
it.
got a 13 on my
Intelligence.
intelligence.
Is that intelligence plus proficiency? Because I'm proficient
Yeah,
with
proficiency, yeah, plus proficiency, yeah. So, it'd be 16.
So that's 16. Yeah.
Yeah, so Atlas, I mean, looking at it, like, the gems alone are probably worth, like, a couple of hundred, like, gold, you would think. There's quite a pretty little eclectic collection. Cyrus, on this ring, with your 15 of the appraisal, I'm going to say there's about... The majority of the value is in the gemstones. The silver is negligible. I'm going to say there's about... Because the diamonds are more valuable, in a sense, because of their composition, the diamonds probably value in around about the 400 mark in total. The other gems, like the rubies and the emeralds, probably about like 100 each for them, and then the band is kind of like, a couple of gold here and there. It's probably worth roughly like 650 gold, like, if you were to sell it to the right person.
Kind of pricey to
So-
dramatically throw into the expanse.
We basically almost had a resurrection diamond in Volgir's ring that we never knew about.
Yeah.
Surprising of you.
Well, you would need
Well, I suppose
a
you've
resurrection
never seen
diamond has to be a whole diamond. So the diamonds are like, if Volgir says it's like alternating, there's probably like, 3 or 4 diamonds. They're probably all valued about 100 each, You can grind them up to dust would be the only real.
We have
Yeah,
revivified
it'd be like-
powder.
Yeah, I would be Volga would explain he went through picking up the little ones from the mines, taking them home each day, making it over years. So,
Wow, what a bitch. He spent all that time making a ring and she did that.
and there's 2 of them. There's a matching pair.
Sometimes you pick the wrong.
She's still got the other one. But you make a good point, and he'll take the ring off and attach it to his chain, so he wears it on his neck rather than his finger.
Yeah,
These
maybe don't
like
throw it
those.
away. It's definitely worth something, but don't wear it anymore.
You see, Deez has her like dog tags on around her neck, and she also has like the like amulet as well, like attached to it. That a master would recognize.
So, but yeah, you can see why I don't like a certain Dragon Ball.
I don't
What
like him
colour
very
was
much
he?
either. Or her, him.
I
him.
think we worked out.
I think
The
you said it
colour.
was red.
I think he was red, wasn't he?
Of course he was. All the biggest assholes are.
I'll say he's red, so I'll take it as red.
Probably
I'm
on
pretty
the
sure
world
it is.
anvil.
If it's on the world anvil, there's a. If he's.
I'm technically.
Oh, he is. Fucking hell.
Yeah, it wasn't a slight at you.
Cyrus is just like, got red tattoos.
I'm not the
but I'm
biggest
technically
asshole.
blue.
Actual relationship level -5. Oh my god, if I just type in his name, he's there.
Oh yeah, Team X is on the world anvil.
Well, if you want to search him, he's THULF.
Oof.
Oof.
Tulf.
Stupid ass name. Tulf.
Like Tool.
But yeah, I don't know if Volgear's backstory is even correct on the world anvil anymore, since they've changed some things.
Look, everyone knows your backstory only needs to be like 50% correct. Like, whatever you write your character backstory and then you make up random shit on the spot until it no longer resembles it.
But yeah, as you guys are like, you know,
I was gonna say, geez, your relationship with him's worse than my dad, but no, that was my bully. It's on par with the relationship I had with my dad.
but yeah,
Complaints, like,
as you
I
guys
can
are like,
resend you
Either,
the
just send
updated
it.
one
you
if
either
you want.
change it, through time with random shit, or, your DM is like, actually, you imagined all that, you're an angel, bitch.
Yeah. See, what I do is I write one and then I keep fleshing it as we go through sessions with more stuff.
yeah, exactly.
that's
Because
kind of like why I like giving characters like very little backstory. Because I'm like, DM, here is a rather blank slate. Go play. But then sometimes the DM plays too well, and I'm like, I don't know.
That's why you end up with 5.
You cut out really badly there, so it was like, what?
Yeah, he said, "I don't know who I am," but it was just like he was in a barrel. Something he was in a fucking barrel.
Yep, my mind is in a barrel.
But yeah, as you guys are having this conversation, are you like you're like all sat in like the mess hall, basically, kind of all together, like
Just hanging out.
Yeah, just chilling.
Yeah.
It's around that point when Serpana says over the speaker system, something's coming towards us. It's kind of just come out of nowhere, and it's coming fairly quickly.
Oh no, not these
Dragon,
guys.
squid, or frog?
I don't know. I don't have eyes.
Turn to face it.
Run to the
Turn
table.
stations,
Run to the
everyone.
window.
You call battle stations, everyone thereos, and you all scramble to your positions, getting ready for whatever is potentially about to reveal itself to you. As you all are running to your stations, whether it be the bridge or the arcane glass or otherwise, you see, looking out through windows of either the bridge itself or for the arcane glass properly, closing thick and fast on the Chimera from this little small cluster of, it was kind of hidden behind some of these orbiting like rocks and debris that were floating by. You see this big vessel looming towards you. It is a Creator class, easily. It's shaped like a predatory beast soaring through the expanse, about 200 foot long and boasts a sleek aerodynamic profile design for speed. You see, it has these enormous retractable metal wings that resemble those of a dragon. And they also house these like huge big thrusters and maneuvering systems allowing to make agile movements. At the front of the ship, a gigantic pair of metal jaws form the prow. They have big serrated engines and seem like they can perhaps even move with force. And inside the mouth, you see this large elemental cannon mounted there, covered in glowing runes.
Pretty cool, though.
The ship glimmers with powerful energy shields and is reinforced with thick, dark metal plating. And you see, this ship moving towards you fairly quickly as it kind of comes to fruition. You kind of see as it drops stealth, like pulling back. You see the active camo stripping away from it. As when we next play the Expanse, we're going to be dropping more or less straight into initiative right about here. As
their ship looks cool as hell.
as the Inferno Talon looms on the Chimera.
Lovely.
Quick question before we leave. Are our shields still at half health?
No, you've left that system. You're fine.
Yay!
No environmental problems. If you roll badly, the Inferno Talon might have found you in that system, but you roll quite well. But yeah, that's where we're stopping for tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. Bye.